everyone. Hello. So good to see you guys. So great to see you. Just want to make a quick check here on the playback, and then we'll go forward. I'm waiting for the thing. There we go. All right. Thank you so much. Sorry about being weird. Also, thank you so much for the level 4 hype train before we get started, for the amazing raids. Thank you. Thank you. And cannot wait to have fun with you all tonight. My name is PJ, and we're going to get into our intros, recaps, and everything else for you awesome people. Let's start with Sidney. Please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino, and I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric. Our pronouns are she, her.
Very, very nice. Next up is Kylie. Please, Kylie, tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi there, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionamis, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Excellent. Mr. Michael Powell, please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and I am playing the fabulous Rufa, and our pronouns are he, him, they, and them.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Next up, we have Ian. Please, Ian, tell us who you are, who you're playing. What are your pronouns?
Hey everyone, my name is Ian. I am playing Woodwort, the gnome Hooch Levin Druid, and I will be rolling for his best friend Mush, and our collective pronouns are he, him.
Very, very nice. And I think last but not least, we have our friend Sam. Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and I just dropped my fork on the ground. And I play Ichipokton Papakui, also known as La Pacifica Norita, and our pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. My name is PJ Megaw. I am the GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. Quick little recap. If you didn't see Kylie's awesome job on our YouTube channel, as well as our assorted social medias, effectively speaking, last time it was the big rally cry. We had a level 5 hype train. And because of that, I allowed the players to reach out and contact every single hero, nation, army, everyone in the world, gave them a kick-ass little cutscene telling them, hey, the army's coming. And with that, the heroes set back out into Adolphon Prime's continent of Adolphon and tried to stop a war on 2 fronts. And as history shows, that is very hard to do. And they started doing this by recruiting all of the orcs that broke formation and just started scattering about and doing whatever it is that they wanted to do, with some really strong successes, might I add. On the process, they found a man named Larian Voss, a half-elf, for lack of a better word, Viking, that they know pretty well, who just came back from the mission they sent him out on, which was go find Zaka. And when he came back, he had indeed informed them that Zaka was coming. And now, as you set the stage on this continent, the Green War is just kicking off to its fever pitch, and these 5 or 6 people, Mush is a person, have basically been the tip of the spear, fighting down this war every step of the way. And now they come back with Zaka to the north, Korokos to the south, stuck in the middle with orcs. We're gonna. I love the shimmy. Hero point for the shimmy. If you don't know how I play, I love level 5 hype trains and free hero points if you make me laugh or impress me. And that being said, if you guys do give me a 5-level hype train, I'll try to do something really awesome and cool. I might even just put up a poll. We'll see. I did it last time with Awesome Ra and Xanakin. We'll see what happens this time. Anyway, that being said, let's kick it back to the heroes. It was at night when you met Larry and Voss. You patched him up. You sent him back out to the waters. The sea wolf's curse could keep him alive. It's nighttime still. Do you want to camp down for the night or push through until the morning? Understanding that if you do this, your healing for resting and your spell recovery not going to be great.
But I thought our whole reason for pushing through is because if we took a rest, we weren't going to make it in time.
That's part of it as well.
We also have to figure out, is anybody else injured right now? Can we push through and avoid the rest? or do we have to like wait to avoid fatigue also?
I mean, we're all in a wagon. Would it be possible for us, one person just to be riding, like trading off like we do with watches?
You know what?
A road trip?
I'll give that to you. Give me a survival check. All of you. The DC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The DC to beat here is 80. If you can all give me a number, total up. If it's greater than 80, I will let this be the case that as you travel, you take shifts and still get a full night's rest on the road.
Maybe we'll be able to see Adolfon's largest ball of yarn
Yes.
on the way.
Yeah,
Stop by and
exactly.
see Foamhenge just off the way.
22.
Sid gave me that 22.
I heard they have a giant statue of the Badger God down this way.
Yeah.
Souvenirs.
11.
Okay. Ooh, Mike's got an 11 survival.
I
you
have
roll a one?
assurance for survival.
I'm not good. That's one of the few
That's
skills
the
I'm not
one.
trained in.
Okay, great. Woodward got an 18.
Yonamis got an 18.
Yeah, you guys gonna have to pick up the slack.
Ichi also got an 18.
Hey.
Oh. All right. I am going to use my handy dandy smartphone to do the calculator app because I do not want to do that math right now. So it's 20. Oof,
Can I just
ooh.
personally thank calculators for enabling me to play TTRPGs?
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm gonna put some hype on this. Before I put in this last number, the total, I shouldn't say this, but whatever, was 69.
Nice.
Yep.
Hot tub.
5 feet apart because we're not gay.
Hey, maybe one of these days we'll do Edge of Legend from a hot tub. We'll do one of those. But if this number doesn't meet or beat an 80,
We are.
yeah, it's
concerned.
87. You're totally good. So
Yeah!
you're able.
Thought you're just gonna give it to us for being a 69. So
Yeah.
No,
I did too.
no.
I did.
it's a 68. It'd be a different story.
Yeah, I mean, with 69, everybody wins.
True. They don't-
Anyway, so
We
Hot
made
tub.
the GM blush.
Well,
Damn it,
do we
you-
get hero points for PJ blushing?
I mean, is it hard?
Oh!
You know, Kylie, you were this close to getting one, but since you're
This
acting
is-
like that, I'm taking it away.
This is
No!
it. Just
Give
could,
it to her.
Valid.
She's perfect. Look at
No,
that
no.
face.
No. You're gonna act like that. You're not gonna get rewards. So that being said, what?
Nothing. Go. Keep going, BJ.
We're rowdy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Keep going.
this is a fun night
We're
for
in
us,
a
everyone.
mood tonight.
yeah. Where are we? What are we
I don't
doing?
know. So that being said, you guys are in your caravan. You're driving all day, all night, taking your shifts. Last I checked, you're going down the western coastline of Adolfon, making your way kind of down that way. As you do, it's probably about 9 or 10 in the morning. Who's on the watch right now in the caravan? I'm assuming the rest of you, if you're not on watch, you are asleep.
I'll do it.
Except Shionibus, right? She's
Oh,
kind of
that's
on
right.
watch for like, she only has to sleep for 4 hours or something like that. I want to make sure that or if she has to sleep at all, I just want to make sure we add that in there in case we get ambushed.
It's pretty smart. So Kylie and Sidney on the reins.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sydney,
Yay.
is Alona driving like Alona likes to drive?
Alona's trying to be as considerate as possible. So can she drive as well as she normally drives, but can she roll a stealth check?
I was just gonna say, if Alone's driving the way she's usually driving, none of us are getting any sleep.
No one's sleeping.
Adolfon drift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I do a stealth check for the cart to see if my driving wakes people up?
Sure. Give me a stealth check to see if you can somehow drive as fast and recklessly as possible and not wake anyone up.
I mean, this is a horrible decision because I only have a +1 to stealth.
I like
but
that.
I did, but I rolled okay. I got a 17.
All right. 17. I'm gonna take a quick sheet at my cheat sheet here for DCs by a level, and I'm gonna say As you're driving, doing what you do, the only person who is disturbed by this is Shionabis sitting right next to you, who is like doing like the stomping on the ground, like some brake pedal there, and reaching for a handle that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Everyone else is sleeping peacefully.
Perfect. This is what I love to hear. So while Alona's driving, it's not gonna be, this doesn't count as distracted driving, but Alona's gonna be like, so I saw Awesome Ra and you last night. That was cool. He looked real happy when he left the tower. Did you guys kiss?
You were watching us?
No. If I
That's
was
creepy.
if I was watching you, I would have known that you were kissing. So that's why I asked. Clearly.
I don't think that really helps your case here, but
We were all just curious if you were having a good time. All of us, every single person. It was not just me. We were doing the whole battle meeting, and every once in a while just taking looks over to see if you were okay. No.
Yeah. It was okay, I guess. The time that we, I guess, had wine.
Is that what people do on dates? They have wine?
I don't think it was really a date. It was more of like a catching up kind of thing.
Okay. But did you kiss though?
You should really focus on the road.
Oh, the road's fine. Look, Alona's like squinting. Yeah, exactly. Look, the road's fine. There's like no potholes. Alafond is a great like infrastructure. Like, we're
No,
good.
doesn't know you just ran over.
No. Oh no! Was it one of Woodward's wives?
I need both of you two, to make for me a perception check.
Oh, God.
No.
Was it one of Woodward's wives? Is that what we're checking?
It's just a yes or no answer.
I will say this: it is not one of Woodward's wives. We're still working on that.
23.
23.
12.
Okay. 12. Okay. So Shionabis, as your cart is being pulled, you look in front of you, and you kind of see it before you can start hearing the sounds. It looks like kind of an open field. On the way to Bryax, there's a large grassy opening. At first, it kind of looks like, oh, people are going out for combat sports in the morning sun. This is wonderful. Look at them fighting. Wait a minute. They're actually fighting. And the closer you get, you start to see what looks like a bunch of scattered orcs just kind of running about, just like fighting one-on-one with something. And then you see what looks like dwarves riding something very small, just speeding around the battlefield. So see a bunch of dwarves riding something and orcs like just chasing after them and getting into a very strong fight, a very big fight. Alona, you start to kind of see this a little after Shionabis does, but then you start noticing the ground in front of you starts looking very unusual. You know, like how in cartoons you can tell the thing the cartoon character is going to interact with because it kind of has a significant color thing around it. It's like they're going to touch that phone because that phone's brighter than the rest of the environment. It's like the grass has this kind of unusual significance to it.
Raro. Okay. And we're going really fast. Are we at Bryax?
Give me a quick survival check.
Okay. Hero point. That is a 25. No, 24.
24. You start kind of like thinking in your head about the travel, and it's it's harder to map out because instead of like the last time you went to Bryax, you really took your time with it. You've been speeding through, but you start to kind of think to yourself, yeah, I think right now we're just outside of Bryax, like I feel like 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour's drive away from Bryax proper.
Oh, an hour. Okay. Well, in that case, Ilona is going to scream. And she's going to go, everybody wake up, the dwarves are under attack. And she's gonna try and slow down to a reasonable speed. And hope that they don't hit anything weird when they hit the extra green part of the grass.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, Jesus.
I say Rufa wakes up like that one Lost Boy in Hook. Like, what?
I got a 13.
Okay. I want everyone to do a reflex save. The number to beat is 18.
Oh, great.
Come on, Woodward. Your hooch drinking gnome.
Oh, Kylie.
The
Let's see them
power of
jump.
Hooch compels you.
Are you too distracted by Ilona's driving, Kylie, that you fly from the carriage? Please say no.
I'm gonna re-roll this because I think there's a possibility that Kylie and I got the same number.
Oh no.
I have a good bonus. It's just not good enough.
Oh, Ian. Oh, great.
So I rolled a
Oh.
nat 1,
Oh,
and then I used my hero point.
Okay, you're gonna use your hero point.
Yeah, and I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Which brings my reflex save up to a strong 9.
That's half
Which
the DC.
also a coincidence is that it means no in German, which means my reflex save didn't happen.
Okay, so that was a 9.
Ooh.
Kylie, what was your reflex save?
15.
15. Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Not bad. Not bad if I'm being honest. Sam, what was your reflex save?
Mine was 24.
Solid.
Rock dwarf staying in the freaking carriage. Absolute unit.
Absolute unit. Michael, what was your reflex save?
Much like me, Rufa is not a morning person. I rolled a 4, which means that's a grand total of 14.
Okay. All right. And Sidney, what was your reflex save?
Wow, that was a 17.
17. A 17? Okay.
17.
So
Yep, right under the DC. Right
yeah,
under.
everyone but Sam. Okay. So technically speaking, Ian, in order to critically fail this, you'd have to roll a 1 or get 10 under the DC. Yeah?
Barely off, right?
Yeah, with a reflex of 9, you just made it by 1 point.
So you did.
So
In my defense, I was sleeping at the time.
yes.
Sheesh.
So everyone but Sam, you take 15 damage, bludgeoning, as the whole cart just drops into a pit.
Oh.
Just goes right in.
I'm
Ichi.
sorry. How much?
15 bludgeoning damage. Yeah. Ichi, you are able to jump out at the right time when everyone's trying to move. Their leg gets caught or their hustle just isn't quite fast enough. You are on solid ground, all alone, as your entire team and your carriage and your horses are in a 30-foot pit.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Ichi, like, I think the cart like lurches forward and Ichi is like thrown from it, but she just flows with the momentum and 3-point lands. And then she looks up and turns around and there's nothing there. Guys.
Are there still like a bunch of orcs chasing after us behind us too? Not chasing us, but like following us too?
Oh, you mean the ones you recruited earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say they're like at a walking pace behind you. So they kind of come up in the scene just as you guys take a header into a 30-foot ditch.
Love that for us. Okay. Wait. We don't have to take that much damage, PJ. You want to know why? Because
Why?
of Michael's gift. The snap leaf talisman.
Oh yeah, we have those.
We
I
have
forgot.
those. If we fall, we can turn invisible and take no fall damage.
All right. So who here has this trinket affixed to them right now?
I think all of us do. We
I
never
didn't
took
even
them
know I
off.
had it. I'm gonna be honest. Somehow I lost this. The invisible part is gonna be fun because no one knows how many people are at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
Great.
We didn't take any damage. We have no
Yeah.
idea who's down here.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was affixed. We got affixed to us, but we were never taken off. So
Question. How long does
Sure.
the invisibility last on those things?
let me just look it up real quick. Let's see. It says when you activate the snap leaf, you gain the benefits of featherfall and a second level invisibility for a minute or until you stop falling, whichever comes first.
We definitely stopped falling.
So we are visible now. And I don't
Hold
think
on.
the
What damage would you take if you were able to fall for a full 60 seconds?
Yeah, exactly.
What's
Holy-
the damage on being able to fall for an entire
Oh,
minute?
Well,
I'm sorry.
is right. So here's the math on that. You move. Oh God, I'm just gonna say if you're moving your movement speed for 6 seconds,
What's the
then that
terminal
means-
velocity of a gnome?
African
lot.
and European.
Yeah. It's a maximum of 750 damage. Rules is written. That's the highest you can take from any one hit or fall damage.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's a lot of damage.
It also scares me that they had to cap it.
They
Yeah.
did.
What else are they capable of?
Also, can you imagine if our campaign just ended by Alona driving us to a
No, the entire
Um,
campaign was leading up to this like driving like what are they called? Like those big like don't be distracted while driving. And like that's the entire moral of
It
it.
was a PSA.
Blood on the asphalt.
I love it. I want the Always Sunny music to start playing. The gang encounters a hole. That's all it is.
By the
End
way,
of campaign.
the duration of Featherfall that we are under right now it lasts for a minute. So yeah, we're good for it. Says the target's fall slows to 60 feet per round, and the portion of the fall during the spell's duration doesn't count when calculating fall damage.
Well, the good thing is it is a 30-foot ditch, so this will be happening immediately. So blip blip, and you're there. But you have to have the talisman affixed to you personally for it to have an effect. If you didn't affix it, then it wouldn't take an effect.
I'm gonna have Woodward take the hit.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. It is your decision either way. I just want to put that out there. That being stated, the reality is, although some of you have taken 15 damage, some of you may not have, there are still 4 of you in a hole with whatever NPCs you've decided to have you on this journey.
Oh,
And
fuck.
and your rock dwarf friend is about 30 feet above you all by herself.
Ichi,
God, where'd you go?
down here, friend.
Oh,
Elona drove us into a ditch.
is everyone okay?
Keep in mind, you're not making eye contact with Alona because she's invisible at the time.
Where are you?
We're down here. Do you have rope?
Yeah. Let me check my pack. Ooh, I do have rope. How much rope do you need?
I think this is 30 feet.
I think I have 30 feet of rope. I don't have the length written down. They come in like 30 feet,
They should-
right?
I think they come in 50.
yeah,
it's-
regular. I thought it
Yeah.
was 60 feet rope usually, right?
Cool.
It's
Ooh,
more than 30.
an extra 10 is nice.
All right, I'm
I'll
gonna
take it.
use my dwarf eyes and look for a sturdy tree and tie it off.
Okay. You are in an open field, so the trees are probably going to be about 50 feet away from your center point.
All right, I'm gonna hold on to the rope. Ooh, idea. I'm gonna take my retribution axe and I'm gonna it into the ground as hard as I possibly can. And then I'm gonna tie the rope to the axe and then hold on to the axe handle.
That is a
Toss the rope
smart.
over.
You are
Alright.
big smart.
Is the question, is the wagon down in the ditch with us now, or is it
100%. The wagon is in the ditch, and so are the horses.
okay?
I know. Are the horses okay?
Keep in mind, PJ, you're only allowed to say yes. You're literally only allowed to say
Yeah.
yes. If you say no,
That's
I
it.
will.
I want
I
to
was-
save you from this, bud.
I was going to immediately say yes, but I'm going to say yes. The horses are fine. They're just
Okay.
confused because as they were coming down this way, they suddenly like righted themselves and then landed safely on all fours.
Those Asmacon
cat.
cat horses.
Yeah.
I imagine a scene of like as the cart's like chomp chomp chomp, the horses are like land on a pile of moss, land on another pile of moss, roll gently.
Mhm.
Thank
All
you,
the rocks in
PJ.
between, the party just goes gah, 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 slams
Uh-huh.
into it.
Rufus going to like take all the equipment and supplies and put it in his halfling knapsack thingy.
Nice.
Smart.
Oh, so the horses are down there. So Sam, I'm assuming that we all, with an acrobatics check, can climb up this rope. Yes.
I need acrobatics or athletic. Actually, I would prefer athletics. You are physically pulling your body up.
Can I tie the rope to the horses before I climb up?
Ooh, actually,
Yes. Are you trying to keep the rope taut? What's the? I'm trying to figure out why you want to tie it to the horses.
Because I am worried that without these horses, because they are in this ditch with us, they can't get out.
Oh,
And we
Ooh.
need horses to get to where we're going.
They're a new species, the pit horse.
So
Thank you.
how about
Building.
this? How about we all climb out except for Shionibus, and then Shionibus affixes the rope to the horse, and we use all of our collective strength to lift the horses out of the ditch. And then when all the horses are out of the ditches, then Shionibus comes
I-
up.
actually, could I actually suggest this instead? Get one horse up and then use the other horse, tie it to the horse on the bottom, have that horse pull the other horse up, and as we keep continuing that way.
Up how? It's a 30-foot straight drop.
No, I think it means everyone goes up, pulls a horse up, ties that horse to that
Oh.
horse, then pulls it up.
Yeah.
But also,
got it.
what is Shionibus' strength score?
Yeah.
Is it 0? Yeah, so Woodwort needs to be at the bottom. And not Shionibus does not go up last. Let's have the -1 strength dwarf or gnome just tie a few knots if we were planning on getting these horses out.
Okay.
Cool.
Everyone that's in the ditch that is going before Woodward, give me an athletics check to climb out. The DC to beat with this rope is 15.
Hardcore.
Oh,
hardcore.
hey. Wait, the DC to beat's what?
15.
Aw, sweet. I got a 19. That never happens. Wow.
Yes.
Alona's really
16.
taken this choco meat thing to a whole new level. She is strong now, man. No one can
Those-
mess with her.
You
Those
said
push-ups and
athletics
workout
compared
sessions.
to acrobatics.
That's right. Athletics, please.
15.
All right, that's the DC to beat. You're not going hand over hand as fast as Alona is, but you're getting up there in time. Michael, what's your athletics check?
16.
You get it done and done. Sam, your job of the rope is tremendous. 3 of your friends are fine. A bit of an awkward time as you realize the 2 horses, the NPCs will hand wave, and Woodward still in the hole.
Woodwort definitely tried to climb the rope, and his athletics total score was an 8. And he's like, you know what, guys? I'll stay down here. I'll tie it to the horse. And he's hoping that the horses will pull him up.
Okay, all right. You know what, Ian, since they're going to be in there with a horse, I want you to roll an athletics check for the NPCs to climb out. Remind me, you brought all 4 of them, Hera, Antigone,
No.
Morel. No, which one did you bring?
We brought Morel because Hera, Antigone, and Tobias are back in Adelphon Prime to talk to the people that we summoned to Adelphon Prime.
And
Yeah.
somebody, one of
Remember.
those 3, are looking over Joey.
Yes, I believe the conglomerate of the 3 are.
Great.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that Joey is looking after. We don't
Of
want
course.
to come back to an elder god in the center of Alpha.
I mean, we
Uh,
might any.
What?
I said we might anyway.
So, do you want me to roll with my bonus to that athletic check for the NPCs? Because
No,
since it's just Morel.
since it's just Morel, I want you to roll his athletics check. So do the D12 and I'll give you the total after. Or do the D20 and I'll give you the total after.
I rolled a 16 on the die face.
Oh yeah. No,
Morel just jumps to the top.
Hulk jumps. So now we have to pull up the horses and your boy Woodward together. Since Woodward's down there, if you don't mind, Ian, I'm going to ask you to keep rolling for Morel. That being said, the DC to beat, because it is a horse, and they are very, very heavy. They are a large type creature, and I think they weigh a couple 100 pounds. I want to see if you can beat a. I'll be nice and say they're DC 80 athletic checks, the whole group.
Okay, so we're all doing athletics.
Yeah, we're all doing athletics as well, pulling a horse.
Would could we lower that if we decide to kind of dig kind of a little ditch-ish thing?
Again, what would the ditch do?
Make it easier to pull the horse up.
I'm
0
going to say
point.
no, because you're still going to
Okay.
have to pull the horse.
Gotcha.
0 point.
Any bonus for being a Titan wrestler, because horses are smaller than the creatures that I routinely suplex.
You know what? That's a good call. And I believe Rufa, Michael, you
Yeah.
also have Titan wrestler. I'll give you two a +2.
Rufa is Titan wrestler? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Yeah, I'm very much like
With Rufa, it's more of a thinking man's game. He knows the leverage,
Mm.
fulcrum, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
what bonuses do I get for being Morel? Because I'm gonna need them.
Rufa wrestles math.
So Morel also has Titan grappler, and his bonuses for this for you would be a 14.
Wow.
Why didn't I, as Woodward, everything's larger than me? I should have found out a way to get Titan grappler. I'm a small creature.
You are.
You said it was a +14?
+14, yes.
Okay, that's not as nearly bad as I thought it was. I got a 22.
I'm using
22.
a hero point.
Okay.
What are we adding again?
I can't believe I just did that.
It's your athletics, Michael.
What, athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god, how we get out of ditch.
I rolled an 18, but that sounds good. But I rolled a 4 on the die face 2 times with my hero point. So, but yeah, it's 18. Yeah, that's good.
Right, so Alona's taken all of the hero points out of the entire party from one ditch. Now we're all just down to 0. We just have to roll what we roll now.
Reap Psyche!
Our
always
infinite
go to
hero
Reap
point god.
Really
Sometimes-
fast. Really fast, Ian. What was Morel's athletics check? again?
Total was a 22, I believe I said.
22. Mike, what was yours again?
18 as well.
18. And Sydney, what was your athletic checks?
7.
7. Okay. 36 plus 7 is 43, if my math is correct.
You
Plus
know what?
58. Hold on.
This is-
Hold on. No, I got it again. Hold on. 36 plus 7 is 43. 43. 43 plus 15.
Eric Jackson said he has a hero point too. I'm just
You-
saying. I'm just
You-
saying. They
Yeah, we
said
need a
they had
hero point check real quick.
No, I mean, if you want to roll it, you can, but I'll tell you this right now. I've done the math. You make the DC.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
The
we're
22
lucky.
did all the work because 18,
Oh.
18 is 36. 36 plus 7 is 43. 43 plus 15 is 58. 58 plus 22 is 80 on the dot.
Holy hell.
I would be proud, but it was actually Morel.
Morel saved us all. Ah, man.
Again.
Who's
Hey,
surprised?
no, that was all you guys. That was all you're rolling. So Real Tap is saying it was all about that 7. That 7 came in the clutch.
Thank you.
Okay. Wait, Rick and the GM says 58. Did I do my math wrong? No, we got it correct. Okay. Okay, so that was the first horse. You got one horse out of there.
Oh no.
We're
Tie
gonna
the
need
horse to the string rope.
and you're gonna use the horse to.
And
to
now it's his
pull-
big brother Clyde. You
Uh,
thought Billy Joe was bad.
Here comes Sherman, the really heavy horse. Okay, so I'll tell you what, because the horse is pulling, I'll give everyone gets a +4. So that means for
Bless.
Morel, he'll have a +16.
18.
+4, he said.
Damn, Alona.
Guys, go all the way over there.
Alona can't let Morel show her up now.
I'm a
Oh.
god.
26.
31.
Okay.
Holy shit. Yeah, we totally smashed it.
Morel grabs the rope,
Smashing.
and all of a sudden, everyone feels a lurch with a 33.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
This is incredible.
So the DC to beat was 80 as last time. Let me just check to make sure I got Kylie, like a badass, got 21. So let's see, 31 plus 33 is 64. But you know what? You guys easily beat it.
Can we
by a
now roll?
lot.
Can we now roll to get Woodward out? Everybody, yeet him out.
I'm actually scared about the fall damage I'm going to take on the other side. Everyone's used to a horse, and then they get Woodward.
If you guys want to pull Woodward, we can have some fun with physics. I want everyone to do another athletics check with a +4. And because both horses, I assume, are pulling, right?
Yes.
Then
yes.
you get to roll twice and take the higher number.
Yes.
I feel like the
Nat
I feel like a
20.
stuntman at the end of the jerk rope, and like get them to fly out.
Right. Sid got the first nat 20 of the night.
Choco
to
meat
pull Woodward out of a ditch.
brought to you by Choco meat.
See if I check on it.
23.
Sam got 23.
Dirty 20.
Mike got 30-20. Ian, what'd you get to pull yourself out?
Oh crap! I didn't even roll. I got sorry. Excuse me. 22.
Okay. 20, 40, 62, 85, 100. So
Am I in
Alona-
Brax? Did I
Am I
make
in
it?
Brax?
yeah, so Alona,
Surprise.
since you got the critical 20, I want you to tell me the tale of how you all pull the rope so hard that we send Woodward flying from the 30-foot ditch 50 feet out of it
Oh, no.
and just flying by. Tell me the tale of how you just lift him right out.
Well, can I, with your permission, I would like to do something reckless. So we yeet Woodward out and we see him like he's still holding the rope, but he's going flying. And then Alona tickles Morel. And then Morel extra hard throws the rope, and then Woodward goes flying into an Orcan battle. On the outskirts
right,
of
I'll allow
battle.
that.
On the outskirts. Just
Superhero
Woodward is
landing right in the
now-
middle of it.
Woodward,
He's a morning star. Woodward's a morning star on the end of a rope.
Woodward, as you're flying past, transform into a bear.
Yeah, or like a rhino or something.
Please.
Just like
Please. Please.
how close can I get to this and also turn into an animal?
Please.
You are traveling at, I think, what would be about double, if not 2.5 times your movement speed. So you have
Double
a
ain't
lot
far.
of time.
I'm a gnome.
Kylie will be right back. She is currently fixing her computer. We'll get her back when we can. So yeah, like I was saying, Ian, you have plenty of time. You can basically use one action right now and transform, and then give me a roll to hit.
Great. I am going to transform into, I believe, I'm gonna be able to strength check, I guess, and something that could possibly take the hit of landing from there. Out of what I have, I'm gonna go with the gorilla. So,
Donkey Kong.
Ooh,
Donkey Kong Country.
yes. And to hit will be good. Okay, so I get to add my strength bonus for being a gorilla, which is a +4. I got a 18 to hit.
Oh,
That'll hit. I want you to roll damage and add 10 to the damage as you've been thrown many feats at
I'll
this
take it.
person.
does he get any bonus for being Harambe? Any bonus? No.
He gets to smite the opponent because Harambe is truly.
Jeez.
This is-
Okay, coming in. You want that +10, huh?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
22 damage to the first thing that I land on.
Yes.
So you come in, you see it's kind of hard to tell because you're moving really fast and your body is shifted dramatically in midair. You see what looks like a dwarf. Again, the dwarf is riding something or they're sitting on something. And as you're looking at them, suddenly you just go, and you land this giant crater as the orc is like looking up at you. And then in a pillar of darkness is gone. You have splatted yon orc into a crater under Gorilla.
I love it. Now that a gorilla has entered the fray, I would love to roll some sort of confusion check for all the orcs.
I will say I think we have to make an initiative check at this point. Everyone roll initiative, please.
Sweet.
As we see, as Rufus sees Woodward become a gorilla midair and falls, he just turns to Alone and goes, "We'll say we planned that."
Sweet. 25 for initiative.
Woo woo. Sidney got 25.
Ooh, I actually got good initiative this time.
Question: what would you like me to base my initiative off of, being a ape at the time?
That's a good question. I will say base it off your druid stats.
Okay, so a perception then? Off of my, okay, great.
I would argue intimidation because that's pretty intimidating.
Nah. I mean, it's intimidating, but that's not what I'm gonna do. It's a good idea though. Michael, what was your initiative again?
29.
Good. Ian, what was yours?
Overall, with that would be a 14.
14. Sam, what was yours?
28. Michael got me by 1 point.
Nice.
This is the first time I actually rolled good initiative like ever.
Right. Okay, I gotta move some stuff. All right. Okay, Kylie. Oh, she's coming back in a bit. I'll do. Let's see.
29, if you can hear me.
Heard you loud
29.
and clear. Heard you loud and clear.
On the bright side, you're freeze framed on a very beautiful picture of you.
True.
It's not like your face is messed up or anything.
Something. That going for me.
Oh no, the internet connection. Well, don't worry. If you need to pop out and come back, we will be here waiting for you. Either way, actually, Mike, what's your dexterity modifier?
Let's see. It is +2.
+2. Kylie, if you can hear me, what is your dexterity modifier?
+4.
+4. So you are going first. Cool. So, with that, battle will start. Oh, you're back. Awesome. Combat will start with the gorilla pounding into one orc. With that, you hear a roar coming from all around you in the trees, just 50 feet off the open field, and the dwarves kind of counter yelling to show that they are still not afraid. Starting off as Kylie, you just cut out the ditch. There's about 50 feet beyond the ditch to the fight proper, and in a 50-foot radius all around you, you can hear more orcs screaming a battle cry. What do you do?
I'm going to I don't know. if you can hear me.
You're breaking up quite a bit.
Can y'all hear me? My camera froze.
It's a little better
can-
now.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you sound very far away.
If you want, text it to us.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. She'll be coming back. We are going to make sure she doesn't lose her place in combat, but we will be moving forward. Michael, your turn. What are you gonna do?
First action, Rufa is going to grab a rock from the ground, drop it in his sling, do that whirly thing, and launch a rock. Wait. For that, can we tell like the doors are fighting the orcs, right?
The dwarves are fighting the orcs. Yes.
Okay. Actually, first action is going to be a free action where I'm going to do the devise a stratagem. So,
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next action is going to be the sling. So I rolled a 28.
To hit against for the orcs, that'll be a critical hit.
Yay. All right. And that will be, where is, okay. All right. Well, this, which is 6. That will be C. Oh, shoot. I rolled the wrong dice. Not using my magic weapon. I'm using my regular thing. 4. That is a 4 on damage.
Okay. On a critical.
Oh, do I roll? I forgot. Critical is
Yeah.
times 2, so that would be 8.
Cool. You hit this orc in the head. Crack! He goes over. Some blood starts to pool from the back of the skull where the wound was, but he still fights on.
Mhm.
Do you have any other actions left?
Let's see. 2 actions actually. Second action, Rufa's gonna kind of go a little bit closer, and then third action, like he's not in, he's still out of range of the orcs, but he's gonna attempt to use demoralize on one of the orcs.
All right. Roll to demoralize.
So, let's see. Oh,
Is that enough? 20?
yep.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
There it is.
There we are. Holy.
So you're demoralizing the
Yeah.
one orc or all the orcs?
Can I demoralize all the orcs?
I will say you can demoralize all the orcs within 30 feet of you. So basically, those fighting the dwarves right now.
All right. Rufa's going to
Hello, Kylie.
demoralize all those orcs, and by demoralizing, he's going to basically list their lineage and basically insult their honor
Okay.
and their honor and their bloodline.
Okay. So the orcs just kind of like, the orcs are like, no, don't forget about my bloodline, and you're all unworthy, untrusting, like milk drinkers, and they're all like, why would you say such things in public?
And you wear white after Labor Day.
Wait, look, I only have 2 tunics. Okay, do not make fun of what I have. So you demoralize them. Like 50 orcs in front of you just start to kind of like lose the fighting spirit a little bit. Jumping back up to Kylie, your go. Couldn't hear you before you left. What are you doing in the fight?
I would like to move forward so I'm not at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
I only got 1 skill, but it's fine. And we're just going to like rock and roll.
I like rock and roll. Awesome. I assume that means you're gonna shoot him in the face.
Cheers. Is there like one bigger than all the others, or one that's like looks like they're commanding?
Right now it does look like standard orc combat. Before Korokos came in and put rank and file into their lives, very much chaos, fight as you want. Don't really have a chain of command.
Cool. Let's roll. Ooh. 25. The hit?
That is also a critical hit. That's a dirty crit.
Ayy. Y'all, it's been so long. What do I even do anymore? Where are my
Go get
D8?
my water. Well, D8. Remember, the lesser ring of horse gives you your wisdom modifiers bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
I think other than Itchy's fight, this is the first fight we've been in since AsmaCon.
It has. We haven't fought in a very long time.
Oh,
You had
okay.
your fight with the leader of the Red Rock tribe, and you solved my diplomacy puzzle in mid combat.
That was it. And even then, we
Why
were
do
on
I-
the back of birds.
Why do I feel like we've been in so many fights in between now and then? Maybe it was a.
Itchy's been in the fights.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
guys played you guys
Hey, I
played
tried to get Tobias to do it.
luchadors.
Yeah, we did. We played luchadors. We haven't
Yeah,
fought
we
as
did.
our characters in a
In a hot-
while.
That's 21.
Oof.
Nice.
So tell me the tale of how you kill this orc in one blow.
Damn.
I feel like she wouldn't even notice. Where she's like, cool, one down. Cool, another one. She's so uninvolved that she's like, nah, that's a normal Tuesday. So I'm gonna say it's very nonchalant, and she kind of just like shrugs, which sounds awful, but she kind of just shrugs.
At
kinda
this
see-
point,
Almost like the Hawkeye no look as you look at the other person you're about to shoot, and then you're already on your third target before the arrow
Exact-
even flies off. Yeah.
Exactly. I have one more action.
Yes, I believe so. You moved closer. You fired once. Yeah, you have one more action.
Cool. Awesome. Right on. Let's go. Ooh. I'm gonna use my Ring of Stubborn Sight to roll again. So that wasn't great.
All right, go right ahead.
We're down to magical items because of a pit.
listen, y'all. I don't know why you let Alona drive first. I'm just saying.
That's another 25 to hit.
We thought Alona would jump it.
That's another crit. So double the 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
That's so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that makes me mad. But max damage on my D10.
Nice.
I love it.
Math. Uh, 25 damage.
Again, time of the tail. You've killed another one.
Wow.
Aims. As she's about to shoot, she's like, yeah, we did kiss. Fire. The next one.
Please tell me it's Alona's turn. Please.
Hold up,
Please tell
up.
me. Please.
It's Sam's turn.
Ah. It's okay. You hear Lona scream in the distance. I knew it!
Oh, okay. How far away am I currently?
You are about 50 feet away. And thank you to the chat for reminding me. I believe everyone that has a melee weapon has a striking rune in their melee weapon, which means you actually deal an additional weapon die more. So that 2d8 plus, or sorry, that 2d10 plus 6 would have been probably a 4d8 plus 6. I'm sorry, 40-10 plus 6. Wow.
Unless
I'm
you're a
not the wrong
gorilla at a
voice.
time.
Yeah.
Which I've totally screwed myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, but gorilla.
Yeah. And
It is
each
dope.
weapon as well has a striking rune in it. So this would be 2d12?
Woo! It just forever?
Forever.
Yep. Your weapon is 2d12 until you get a stronger striking rune.
Is that in my maul or the retribution axe?
Oh, they have been Isuo merged them into one weapon that
Oh
does
yeah! Oh
hammer
my
and
gosh!
axe.
I forgot about that. Wow, beautiful. Okay. Sudden charge. it says I can stride twice, which means I get twice my movement.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to get there and end that sudden charge within melee reach of at least one enemy.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to make a strike with my Retribution Maul.
Ooh.
Boom.
All right, that's 20.
20. That will not be a dirty crit. That'll still hit.
All right. 12.
Beautiful. This is glorious.
Curious, PJ.
Mm-hmm.
The orcs, do they have an AC dependent on which orc we are fighting at the time? Or is it like a static? And the only reason I ask is to make sure, like, can we pick out an orc that's like, I want to go after the heavy armored one?
Good question. You notice these orcs are not really wearing armor. They're kind of covered in their general kind of matte black war paint that they put on the spears that they fight with. But for the most part, yeah, no, they're just
Great, thanks.
So that's 11 points of damage.
okay. You hit him once, crack, and as he drops to the ground with a grievous wound, he looks up to you, rage filling his eyes, but he is close to death.
Ooh, another one. Another hit with the -5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. That's 20 to hit.
All right, that won't be a crit, but that'll still hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nine points of damage.
Tell me how you put this orc out of the fight.
Okay, so from the orc's perspective,
Mhm.
there's a gorilla. His coworkers are just getting arrows put through their bodies. He hears a rustling in the bushes, and out bursts a dwarf clad in a skull mask, wielding this bizarre weapon, and just cleaves at him, and he falls to his knees, and he does not even have but mere seconds to consider what the hell is happening before the second cleave just takes him out.
Nice. And in the thunderous pound of the weapon against the ground, he vanishes from the story forever. Sidney, your turn.
All right, so upon hearing that Shionibus did in fact kiss Awesome Ra, Elonis is stuck down, dumbfounded for a split second and is like, oh my god, that's what dates are. Dates mean kissing. This is cool. This is good knowledge. And then she goes, wait. But was that it? And then she clicks her heels, and then she turns on her slam dance boots, and she goes slamming into an orc.
Hell yes. Remind me, is it a roll to hit or a save I need to give you?
I don't know. So it says one action to click heels and release rollerblades, and then I get a stride of 3d6 force damage if I hit, I think. So I think I have to roll to hit.
You have to roll to hit. That sounds
Yeah.
correct. So go ahead and base it off your strength modifier. Roll to hit.
Oh man. Okay, my strength mod is nothing. I'm gonna use my last hero point.
Okay.
I really want to hit something. Are you sure it's my strength mod? Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
A 10. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're going to miss.
It's okay. I just imagine Alona just going past Jonas and going, "Hey!" She still doesn't. These are brand new. She still doesn't know how to work them yet. You know? Yeah.
You go for like the roller derby drive by. You jump up to an awesome Asmacon drop kick. You whiff it. You drop it. You get right back up. I believe you have activate, move, strike. So I think that's your turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Next up, we have. You start. Does anyone here speak? Well, of course, Ichi speaks Dwarven. Does anyone else speak Dwarven?
Actually, Darn. No, nope.
I was about to say, if you speak Dwarven, you're more of a dwarf. With Titan Grappler and you speak Dwarven, Roof is more of a dwarf than he is human at that point. You just have to cut that one out.
All right. So, Ichi, you hear this old dwarven war cry, but it's done without accent or grammar structure. Like the accent is gone from years of being topside, and you hear this war cry that says, "Roll 'em, crush 'em, crash 'em." And you start hearing this unusual grinding of stone against the ground, as this dwarven cavalry just starts decimating the front line. About 12 orcs just drop under these wheels. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Oh. Not 20.
All right,
Come on, man.
burn all those 20s on non-hits. Oh, it sucks.
22.
22.
Is this? Do I get the bonus from my green war on this?
No.
Okay, dirty 20.
I got a 17.
Nice.
And I got a 25.
Nice. You all see now, clear as a bell, as the dwarves start breaking through the front line. There's like 2 lines left. You guys been working the back line, they're working the front line. About to sandwich in the middle. You start seeing as the front line just kind of like crumbles and folds. You see an entire line of about 20 dwarves being led by one dwarf at the front. He's got a shaved bald head, covered in scars, and old dwarven rune tattoo going down the very center, almost like where a mohawk would be. He's got snake bite piercings, and one more piercing right here between the eyes. He's got this long red beard, and you notice they're all just charging, their hands pumping out their sides. They are all sitting in chairs with these massive stone wheels and low backs. And where their legs are, you see this giant spiky cow catcher has been kind of placed over the front. 2 giant rings at the side where you see massive war axes, massive mauls or spears. Welcome to the Crash, the paraplegic wheelchair battle elite of the dwarves of Bryax.
Fucking sick, man.
That's
Yes.
very cool.
That's awesome.
And they they literally crash through and over the entire front line. As they do, the leader shouts, "Pull arms!" And they start kind of like out of these rings, they start filing out their 2-handed weapon. They put it up like they're about to charge, and they just keep pumping their giant stone wheels to move at the next opponent. These wheels, though, while they're big, they're angled, so they're on a very thin point. So it looks like they can move really quickly, really dexterously. But there's a lot of weight, so when they hit somebody, they hit them hard.
This is the coolest shit ever.
The Crash has destroyed the front line. Next up, Ian.
Well, hoping to do a 10th of what they just achieved, I guess. If they've hit the front line, where am I? Am I behind the front line? Have they just passed me and all the orcs around me are just gone?
You are, I'm going to say you're in the second line. So you're in the second line, your teammates are in the third. The Crash just destroyed the front line.
Can I make a perception check to try to figure out who the leader of the Crash is? I want to see if I can maybe knock a few people out of their spear points way, if that makes sense. If they're making into it, if I can knock a few people out of the way, maybe they can get in a little farther and continue this ride.
Yeah, I'll give you a perception check as a free action to kind of figure out how to best set that up.
Ooh, sweet. I got a 27.
27. Yeah, you know there's this little cluster of 3 orcs, and if you can break just one of them off, the
Great.
leader in his front is going to just break right through.
Cool. With that, the thunderous sound of a gorilla comes pounding across the battlefield, and I go to hit. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. I make my first melee attack. I have 2 more actions after the movement, I believe. That's pretty serious. 24 to hit.
1 point shy of a dirty crit, but that's still a hit.
Ooh, okay. And my damage, take that. That's 7 damage off of the first hit as this gorilla comes swinging down on his opponent. I'm going to try to swing again.
Sure. As you swing, you hear the crack, the unmistakable crack of a shoulder popping out of joint as the collarbone slides into his chest muscle. He is bloodied as he probably has some sort of serious laceration of the clavicle.
This second fist is coming in hot with a 22, PJ.
Ooh, again, just shy of a dirty crit, but that hits.
Beautiful. And good night. That is 13 points of damage from the second fist coming down.
Oh, tell me the tale of how you just removed this orc.
I think for the time being, and I think it's more of a fear response for Woodwort, but as soon as he landed, he became the ape to handle the fall. And now he just realizes he's in pure battle, chaos around him. He has moved into the complete animalistic fury that a silverback gorilla would have at this point. So it is just one fist knocks the sense out of him, and the second one comes straight down, kind of hitting him right in the neck and just crumpling him into the ground. And he moves on to look at whoever's next, hopefully being able to get out of the way of the crash, who will annihilate him if he's not careful.
Okay, so you have one action left, I believe, right?
I had to move after spotting those 3, if I remember right. So it's 2 attacks and 1 move.
Yep, okay. That being said, with a critical fail on initiative, it's the orc's turn.
Can I really quickly just say this? I just realized druids are amnomorphs.
I want to see the cover art of
Woodwort.
Turning into anything at this point. A couple more levels and I'll be there.
So rolling for the orcs you see, oh boy, it's bad. It is a total of 9 to hit anyone. Does anyone have a DC or an AC lower than 9? Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm gonna say it's a dirty fail. So they're pulling out their punch daggers. They're getting their spears ready, and they just cannot get a blow in to the point where like their weapons drop. They start just scattering back to they leave the field entirely. It's at this point in time that you hear a new war cry from the orcs as another arrangement just starts flooding in from the side, their feet pounding as they're stomping into the battlefield at full force. They have their spears at the ready. Some of them are picking them up on the shoulder, ready to throw the holy weapon of their specific tribe. We're gonna do their second roll. Oh no, why? Does anyone have an AC of 18 or less?
Me.
Okay, you're gonna get hit. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Okay, so Alona's gonna get tagged for. Where do I put it? Full damage. You're gonna take 15 damage as one of these giant wooden spears covered in kind of like this black kind of matte pitch made from like the woad of Adolphon starts spinning in midair. You kind of lose track of it in the sunlight, and it just moves into you and through you for that much damage.
Really glad I used the Snapdragon Leaf. As it hits her, I imagine Alona's just kind of getting used to her rollerblades, and all of a sudden it just goes shink, and she's like, "Oh, I can't dodge a ball, so therefore I can't dodge a spear. I need to dodge a wrench instead. And she just kind of starts like slowly scooting away.
I mean, I'm gonna give you a hero point for the dodgeball reference. So as their spears are running with one action left, they pull out their punch daggers and they're just hauling ass. You see now a lot more orcs in the battlefield. The ones that you're fighting at the second or third ranks have completely left. If anyone has attacks of opportunity, they can take them now. Does anyone have attacks of opportunity at this level?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
But could I have Rufus say something really quick? Who has that doohickey from Zanakin. The doohickey.
Oh.
The merit.
This?
Yes. Because weren't we supposed to recruit them?
Oh. Is it gonna work now?
Wouldn't hurt to try.
Oh no.
I
Can
didn't
I
realize
toss
that.
it to Rufa?
Sure. Go ahead, toss it to Rufa.
All right, Rufa. Catch!
Do I need a roll to catch? PJ?
No, I'm gonna say you guys catch it, but that will be the end of the orcs round because that was them. It's now top of the next round. Kylie, you're surrounded by hundreds of orcs. It's hard to say unless you have a spell or whatever that lets you know numbers instantly. It's like that's a lot of orcs.
That's a spell through Iodex.
What are you gonna do, Kylie?
Oh, mister. Did I hear this yelling between Ichi and Rufa?
I'm gonna say yeah, because lots of yelling, and you guys are generally about 15 feet apart from one another.
I want to do something real dumb.
Do the dumb.
And be like, hey, we cool. And I'm going to have, like, I probably already know. I'm going to have a hand, like, on an arrow to pull one out of my quiver just in case. But I really want to try to, like, persuade and be like, you don't want to do this.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check. Now, you're not holding the merit of Xanakin, so this will just be a normal diplomacy check.
The last time she did this, she became a demigod.
Yeah. Oh, believe you me, I have not forgotten that. Zaka is coming.
19.
Okay. Yeah. So, as they're charging, they slow down to a seat, like a dead halt, but they're still hands up with their punch daggers extended, kind of out towards you. And they're just kind of like, you hear them kind of whispering in Orcish, but they're so far away, it's hard to pick out the words. They're definitely considering their life choices right about now.
Can I point at Rufa and that be the end of my turn?
Yes, absolutely.
Um,
Roof, your turn.
Rufus gonna gonna quickly look over at Chonbus and then quickly look over at Itchy because they could translate for him. I'm hoping he hopes that's gonna be a look. He's gonna hold up the talisman thing. I'll use all 3 of my actions. I have a feat that I never thought I would really be using, called No Cause for Alarm.
Oh.
Nice.
It's part of. I think it's part of my background.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 3 actions. I attempt to reduce panic. Attempt a diplomacy check compared to the will DC of creatures in a 10-foot emulation around you who are frightened. Each of them are temporarily immune for 1 hour. Basically, mechanically, I can lower their frighten level, but wondering, rule of cool, can I combine it with some role play?
Always. Why don't you say what you're going to say quickly, and then give me the check.
We are the tip of the spear, and we bring word from your brethren Xanakin that we are on the precipice of war, and we seek for you to join us, or, well, fall from the combined might of the armies of the world. Adding a little bit of threat there because it's Rufa.
It's all good. Give me diplomacy check with a +2.
Let's see. 16 plus. Do I get my bonus for Green War on this one?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
That is a 28.
Yeah. So as you say this, all of the orcs are there standing with their punch daggers at the ready in his hand-to-hand fighting style. They've been trained in games as a child. It's like instinct to them after years of harsh upbringing in in their tribes. And one of the guys steps forward, kind of makes a gesture, puts his punch daggers on his hip, and he says in very shaky common, he says, "Okay, we will listen ears. Give present favor. Take 5 feet step this way. Please."
Can Rufa roll perception to see if there's any malice behind that?
Yeah.
As a naturally suspicious person. Okay, let's see. That is a 28 on that too.
You can tell he's actually trying to keep you safe, because as he tells you all to move forward, you see again grass that stands out, like the pit that you guys ran into, and this one seems to have something kind of pokey, spiky underneath it. And you have a feeling that if you were to get too close to it, you'd spring a trap where spears fly out and do 2d6 plus 6 damage.
Okay, Rufa's going to do that Looney Tunes, like, one extended leg and then they move away type move.
The orc shouts in Orcish. So the two of you that speak Orcish, you hear him say, basically, family, calm down. Listen, we may not fight today. And in common, he introduces himself as Lykel. It says that he is kind of the unofficial war leader of this group of orcs. After they broke off from the waiting contingency around Adolfon Prime, they've just kind of been all scattered all over the place. They found their way down by Bryax, started scouting for a bit, and thought they'd see if they could kind of continue the job that Zaka did to Bryax like 3 or 4 months ago. And they said, like, if we couldn't, we'd get our licks in, take our losses, then just kind of sit around and wait and see what happened next. Maybe hunt, maybe make a new tribe, maybe make a new like area while we're here for us to, grow and thrive. But we've just been kind of waiting and trying to figure out what comes next.
Rufa is going to kind of list out their current, orc army they have at their back that's basically working for them right now. And as well as add in the Red Rock tribe and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, by listing it out, he's also trying to kind of, I guess you could say, impress upon them that they. How do I phrase this? I guess they got orcish backing now on their side of the war, and it's either now they could join the Spear or Korikos. And the fact that Itchy did defeat their previous leader in honorable combat.
When you say Korikos, you see some confusion amongst the other orcs as Lykel kind of spits the ground at the name of Korikos. And he says, "I don't follow some Ganaral. I don't believe in that. I came here for glory or death. I ain't got neither since I started. I think right now, if Xanakin trusts you, if Xanakin says you're good folk, I think it's about time I start fighting to go home."
Well, we could definitely bring you honored and quite possibly death as well, considering how this one goes.
Lykel, when the translation comes to him, starts laughing hysterically and puts a giant palm on your hand. He laughs to the point where he actually needs you to keep his weight up. And then he starts pulling himself back up on your very nice garments. And he looks to you and he says, "There's no glory in this. There's just how we define what peace is. I'll tell you what. You have other orcs, right? Until you find someone who is more trustworthy, I'll lead them until that day comes. And then I'll step back. My place is not to be a leader. I'm just a fighter like everyone else."
Rufa kind of leans in over to Alona, so in a voice that only she could probably hear, and just kind of goes, "I can't believe this is working."
You see Alona shakily just trying to get on her skates. She's just, she's just doing her thing while Rufa is whispering in her ear, and she's like, "Yeah, Rufa, you're doing great. I think it's a pretty good idea to like have this guy kind of head all the orcs for us while other things are happening. He seems kind of like he knows what he's doing." You see her legs kind of go whoop. It probably would take a lot of pressure off our shoulders, and we really need to learn how to delegate because it's 5 people handling one thing, and that's a lot.
Rufa kind of looks over at was it Lycos? Lycum goes and kind of yells, Lykel. He strains his I guess shirt and goes, "What? You said Rufa and the tip of the spear will certainly grant you that honor, and until we find anybody better, the job is yours."
All right. Lykel nods. He's got kind of a shaved head, and his beard has been shaved, so he's basically got the world's sickest pair of mutton chops you've ever seen on an orc. Like, it just comes out in spikes. Sick mutts. Anyway, and Lykel turns to the others, and he does this kind of like rally gesture, and he says, "We're not fighting for a tyrant. We're fighting for whatever the hell happens next." And all the orcs just kind of start shouting, like thok for thok. But this time it's like, instead of like blood for blood, it's like there will be blood for blood. Congratulations. You now have a orc officer named Lykel and another 500 orcs added to your army.
500 on top of our holy hell. We actually
that's
have
actually 1,075 orcs.
So it's a good idea that we didn't kill them all.
Well,
We wouldn't have been able to. I'm a gorilla for like another 15 seconds. Like, that's all I got.
that's a lot of
Sam, you had your finger up. You want to say something, Sam?
Should we call this episode Between a Rock and a Hard Orc?
No, we shouldn't.
We absolutely should. Thumbnail.
I'm gonna jump in the
awful.
Discord. Now it's gonna be the clip. I'm
so
gonna see is,
sorry.
should we call this Rock and a Hard Orc? And half of us go, no, and then half are like, yeah.
Yes.
You know what?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I do put alternative titles that are either suggested by you or suggested by chat in the description of the episode when it goes live on Saturday. So
Mhm.
I already have the gang encounters of fall written down. So why not add one more?
Yep.
Really fast, Rufa. Oh no, you have some more. What else?
Also,
You wanna do?
Rufa's gonna try to continue on, try to, he's kind of getting the vibe of how to kind of impress these orcs, and he kind of wants to kind of push that a little further. So Rufa kind of goes over and looks behind the new orcish officer, and kind of looks over at Itchy and goes, "Translate this for me, would you?" "This is for all you new recruits. Rufa only has one rule. Everybody fights. No one quits. If you don't do your job, Itchy will kill you. Welcome to the spear."
Lykel is standing next to you, looks at the orcs, looks at you, and goes, "That's like 3 rules. Are you sure it's just one? Because it sounded like 3.
Just one sentence. Lots of commas.
Ichi does not translate that, and she just says, yeah, the translation comes off a little weird. It's one rule.
Just clean it up a little bit.
Oh, he thinks for a second, goes, I know. And then he kind of raises his hand and he says, Naya Sam. And everyone kind of laughed, or basically, we're not going to retreat. We're not going to be a failure. We're not going to fail ourselves. Sam is the big orc word for like failure, retreat, all that kind of stuff. It's all kind of one big cultural collection of things. That being said, Rufa and basically everyone, you kind of start feeling a very strong, hearty pat on your lower back. Not like, almost like someone's trying to like really get your attention through like a hand made of iron and skin.
Oops.
All right, there's dwarves
Looks
here.
down.
So you look down, you see the leader of the crash with a shaved head, the awesome red beard, the septum piercing and the 2 snake bites, the runic tattoos and a stripe across the head. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Hey, are you the one Aorn was telling me about?"
Yes. This is Rufa. It is a pleasure to meet you. And Rufa offers his hand.
He takes it. The minute he grabs your hand, it's like it's been snatched away from your soul. His grip is like iron, just, and he takes it and he brings you down to his level, looks you in the eye, and he says, "Pleasure to meet you. My name is Merrick Panet, and I lead the crash. Aorn told me boss was coming. Are you the boss?"
Rufa is a boss.
"No, you're boss, and my name is Merrick Panet. And you want the crash to fight for this war, yeah?"
Rufa's kind of holding, you know how after that hard grip, you kind of, shake your hand a little bit. That is quite the grip you have, Dad. But yes, if you do not mind getting a bit dirty, getting a bit bloody, and perhaps blooding a few others.
Oh, hey. I don't have it on the top of my head. I'm so disappointed. But he looks at you and he says, "A really groaner of a pun. Put one in there. Chat, surprise me. Give me a pun." And as he looks through and says the pun, he goes, "We're there."
It
Wait.
is good.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
He reaches back behind the lower half the back chair, where like this kind of see this giant satchel. He brings out this little like a stone, almost like a megaphone. And he goes, "Use this. Call the crash. We'll be there."
Ooh.
Rufa takes it and goes, This is good. Rufa knew this one announcer, someone around, it was around, I believe, Glassette, Paul E. Most Dangerously, or something like that. He had something along the lines like this.
Nice. It's made of rock. It's kind of a geode because geology rocks, but geography, that's where it's at.
But it is good to have you on board. And if you like fighting, you will definitely get your fill of it. And with this,
He's kind of like leans back in his chair, kind of rests his hands on his lap, and he goes, "Crash, do we like fighting?" The Crash gonna shout, No, we don't like it, but we're damn good at it. Anyway, we got to go back to Bryax. They need us to patrol the city. Do you guys need anything before we go back?
yes, if stand ready for because something big is about to happen at Glippa upon the bed. Rufa would very much advise you all to perhaps sharpen the weapons and polish the armors, because there's going to be quite a roll.
He looks at you for a second. His face drops. You see the heavy piercings of the snake bites and the septum just almost get heavier. He looks at you and goes, "Stand ready? You want me to stand ready? Really?"
Oh.
And then he
Put that
pats you.
down.
"I'm messing with you. I don't care. You kidding me? I get the coolest set of wheels in the world. Let up, dude. Come on. Don't take it so seriously. I got you, though."
Can
Ichi
Alona
sa-
skate? Oh, go ahead.
no,
ahead.
you go first. You go first.
Can Alona skate over and be like, "Can you teach me how to dodge a ball, please?"
He looks at you and he goes, "Don't be there when it's thrown?"
No, but like they were. You're so fast. You were so fast. And Alona like hobbles over on her skates. She said, "You were so cool and so fast. How did you do that?"
He takes the cow catcher. Well, first he pulls this giant stone linchpin, kind of pulls it around, pulls the cow catcher, and he kind of puts, like, stands up on his wrists on the chair, and he goes, "Forearm strength. I guess for you it's calf strength. Listen, we get better in time. We all walk one way or another, or we move one way or another, and it's never easy at first. Just keep going, and you'll figure out what you need to get there. In the meantime, Just don't miss when you drop kick, because that looks like that hurt when you fell.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. We'll just kind of like wheelies away.
He plops himself back down. He kind of laughs as he pulls the cow catch around, puts the pin back in. He goes, all right, listen, for real though, I gotta go because we have a patrol we gotta do. We got food we gotta eat, and quite frankly, it's beer o'clock, and I'm too sober for this crap. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, there's just one thing I need.
What is that?
A high five, please. You're really cool.
Oh, okay. I get it. Sure. He wheels over. He puts a high five up. It's like high fiving a mall head. It hits your hand and it knocks your hand back.
Like, ow. It's so cool. Bye.
It's all grip strength. That's all it is. And he just starts moving. You see the other 20, they kind of pop back on their back wheel, do a quick spin around, and they just start moving themselves back to Bryx.
Okay. Can I just say, real life, Sidney has a crush on Merrick. He has snake bites.
So cool.
He's strong. He can do cool fucking tricks. Why? So
if you're watching, Mark, that was for you.
who's Mark?
Mark Patton has been a good friend of mine for about 4 years now. He's wheelchair bound, and he is a dwarf warrior if I've ever met one.
He got snake bites?
He does. Shaved head.
Mark.
Doesn't have the wicked beard, but maybe if he grows it out, it could be totally
Yet.
metal beard. Yet.
His
And
dwarf persona does, though.
and let me tell you, I used to train that guy at the gym. Do it as strong. We got to get you back in the gym, bro. But yeah, that Mark, if you're watching, Merrick Panet is for you. And the Crash also exists. You guys now can also add to your army 500 members of the Crash.
500 members.
What's the
Holy
loudspeaker called?
hell. That's freaking awesome.
What was that? Michael?
What's the loudspeaker thing called? Just so I can put it in my sheet.
Oh gosh, I think it was the stone of the Crash.
Coop.
Yeah, this basically lets you summon them whenever you need to. Aorn, your special dwarven attendant, has already kind of facilitated this arrangement. So yeah, you have the Crash now, and Merrick has a liking for your guys taking his sense of humor. So that being stated, you guys are outside Bryx. It's about, I think at this point, cresting into lunchtime. It's about brunch time. You just recruited over 500 orcs, an unofficial orc officer, 500 members of the Crash, including Merrick Panet, and you're just outside Bryx. I believe you're still on your way down to get to Agrippa upon a Bear, where you believe Korokos will be making his base of operations and destroying the place. Question is, what do you do?
Can I also just add that who needs a summoner when we could summon like what, 1,000 orcs and 500 dwarfs at this point? Who needs a summoner?
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I mean, at this point, I think we just freaking head on. We gotta go, man. We can't let Korokos get there. We've gotten all this way. We can't let Korokos get there before us.
So we were trying to sleep, then we were driven into a ditch, then we fought some orcs. How's the how are we looking for arrested, arrival at our destination?
Oh yeah, no wagon now, huh?
No.
I feel like
we have
should
2
take a
horses.
Sleep.
Okay. Merrick.
Woodward knows of something called mattress surfing. It's where you tie a mattress to the back of a horse, and he's totally willing to try it again.
Merrick looks at the fact before he leaves that you have 2 horses, a yoke, and no carriage. He kind of pats some of his dudes on the chest before he leaves. You see he's, she's, and theys of the Crash stop, and he goes, "They don't have a carriage. Get your ropes." And they start wheeling over to where the ditch was, the 30-foot hole. They start throwing. They get this pack. They pull out these hard what's the
Grappling
word?
hooks.
Thank you. They throw grappling hooks to the carriage. It's loaded in like 50 grappling hooks. With an athletics check of 35, the crash pulls your carriage out of the 30-foot ditch. You're seeing them like just push their wheels as hard as they can with all their might. And Merrick is just like, don't stop till the job is done. We're almost done. We're getting through. And just as like they're about to give up, you can feel the thing drag along the lip and then pull onto the side. With that, they kind of pause. They heave heavily. They kind of they push themselves over, dismantle the grappling hook, put it in, they go, that's one. All right, now let's go get the drink. We've earned it. And they move themselves back to Bryax.
Thank you.
And he kind of coasts a bit, and then he just keeps wagging that number one finger up above his head as he kind of coasts back into town.
Wow.
And that is where we're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, the heroes of Edge of Legend will make their way to Agrippa upon Aubert. And I have a bad feeling about this, folks. So come back in 5 minutes. That'll be 9:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you at 9:45. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for that 5-minute break. And we are back. The team has just recruited 500 more orcs, a stand-in officer named Lykel, and 500 members of the Crash, the all-elite paraplegic unit of dwarves from Bryax. That being said, I believe you all are making your way downtown, going fast. Lights are past, and you're on to Agrippa upon Aubert.
As we're traveling, Rufa's going to be possibly doing some repair work on the wagon and the arquebus.
Right. That is a great thing to do. Give me a crafting check to repair that, please.
Mm-hmm.
Also, while he's doing that, I want to get a group consensus. Your plan for getting to Agrippa upon AUB, Agrippa upon Aubert. You guys are again going fast as possible, sleeping in the carriage on the way down, or are you resting?
Can any of us really rest?
Yeah.
Considering what happened last time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive.
Hey.
I want to drive instead.
Fine. You see alone.
Yeah, I didn't think about the let's drive at night who has dark vision conversation. But I guess Woodward tries to go back to sleep.
Really fast, Michael. What was that crafting check to repair?
That was a 22.
Yeah, the only thing really damaged. I mean, and to be fair, on a carriage, this is a big deal. A little bit of the wheels and the axles, not the arbalest. But as bad as that is, you were able to patch it up. So as long as you don't take another header into a ditch, you should be fine.
Mm-hmm. And if possible, if there's time, Rufa's going to take a 10 to attach a talisman called the Oily Button on him.
Okay. Let me know what that does when the time comes.
That also happens to be the name of the next tavern we hit.
The
oily button.
That is a good name for a
I can
tavern.
dig
It does. It does. The oily
Right?
button.
Yeah.
It has a kind of like haberdashery meets like dirty street kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so give me survival checks as you are now on the way to Agrippa upon Aubert, sleeping on the road as you guys take shifts at the wheel.
23.
23, very nice.
10.
10. Okay.
The survival, one of the few skills Rufa is not trained in.
Oof. That's good. I'll allow that.
I
Survival. Go ahead, please.
I also got a 23.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 28.
28. Solid.
21.
21. Okay. The good news is you beat the DC to make sure you all actually got a full night's rest. So hand waving as you barrel down to Agrippa upon Aubert. I believe you said you we're going through Molly Moss. Is that correct?
No. That is not the case. We had a clear discussion about going around Molly Moss.
Going around. Okay.
Around. There are roads they connect around it.
If
We will take
Molly
them.
Moss is a fairy city that moves,
But it doesn't move that far, and we were right outside of that area where they move, like right outside it.
So I know Ian does not want to have his backstory come up and drop on his lap, so that'll be later. But you will be skirting around Molly Moss to get to Agrippa upon a Bear. The roads will be a little rockier, will not be as smooth, but you will eventually get to Agrippa upon a Bear. As you do, as you smell the fresh scent of this constantly churning, constantly moving, kind of like two rivers moving kind of in this constant cycle around the city and spilling out into the ocean between Adolfon's continent, the Sand Sea, and Asmacon, you see in the sky the unmistakable monolith of Korokos's floating castle on the back of a dead dragon, floating high above Agrippa upon Aubert.
I'm confident. I'm good. Okay, let's do this. Can we make any perception checks to figure out if Agrippa upon a Bear is already under siege of any sort? Are we able to just get up to those front doors and gates, or should we make checks to make sure that we're not, stumbling into something before I have to turn into a gorilla?
Good question. I'll tell you what, if you want to know that from your site, give me a perception check.
Is that anyone or just Ian?
Anyone at all.
Came in with a 28. I'm getting roofing numbers.
26.
26.
26.
18.
Those pesky birds always distracting me with their pretty colors.
I'm guessing it's a 2.
It was a 4, which makes it a 14, but I'm just gonna be like, that's a really pretty bird.
You see,
Shionibus is super into birds.
You see the most beautiful bluebird, just this gorgeous like Salia thrush with a strong crest, just flying around you. It's so stunning. Are you okay, Sidney?
I love birds.
I swear, I
Birds.
swear if you pull out a book that's all about birds.
What bird was it?
It is a bluebird, aka a Salia thrush. Thrush.
Okay, I see.
Nerds.
Anyway, so as you're looking at this beautiful bluebird, everyone else, this is what you see. The fossilized corpse of this massive dragon hanging like a bloated corpse in a backyard pool, just kind of floating in midair, with this massive stone castle structure built out of its back, hovers just off the coast of the, if you will, not the coast, the marina of the, yep, that's the one. That is the one. Sidney, you get a hero point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Kylie, this one's for you.
Is that not what everyone thinks of when they see a bluebird? Like a blue jay?
Well, this is a Western blue jay. Blue jays on the East Coast look a lot different.
I mean, yes, but like if we're
They look weird.
here, they're
They look
wannabe
weird.
blue jays.
Wannabe blue jay.
But that's exactly what I think of when I see a blue jay. I'm like, hey, there's one. They're all over where I live. Anyway, it's not the point. I knew already what you were saying, PJ.
Thank you, Kylie. But East Coast represent. So you see this castle in the sky floating by. As you look down from it's hovering over the marina, the docks of the city. You see green fire already lighting the horizon of Agrippa upon a Bear, kind of churning and roiling. And at this point, the midday sun. The fight, the battle for Agrippa upon a Bear, part 2 has already started.
Okay. Ilona is going to call out to Lyko and orders him to order his troops to create a small unit to basically go inside of the city and try and get as many people out as possible, as many civilians out as possible before the fire can reach their homes. Anyone else have any ideas? That's the first thing Ilona thinks of.
How far out? So we know that Bryax is under attack. How far out are we from there? Yes, Agrippa upon a bear is under attack. How far out are we from there? Could I make the flight as a bird, which I can spend up to, I believe it's a minute. We'll say a minute for now. Out and back. Would I be able to look over the city?
Absolutely. Just to let's just put a roll on it. Give me an acrobatics check based on your bird stats as you are flying as hard as you can.
Okay, great. Acrobatic bird stats. One second. That is a 16.
16. Okay. So you can do kind of a cursory lap. You're going to be getting two of the, I believe I said there's 4 districts. Let me make a quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get 2 of the 5 districts. Your districts of choice are Obus. That seems to be the place of work where the Church of Always is placed. Somkad, which is the housing district where I believe Rufa has some properties that he has purchased there in Somkad. Ludir, which is where Isuo's house is, as well as the KB Toys, because they no longer exist, and I have the right to call it that. The KB Toys, the Bun Boys, the Type and Pint, and a few others are. It's the big shopping district, Ludir. Wisao is basically the pier, or Famsis, which is the farmlands. Which 2 are you going to look at?
2 I would look at is the farmlands because it's outside of the city walls, I assume, or at least a portion of it is. And I also want to check any one of the locations that is right inside the city wall that has a border of the main citadel or city of Agrippa upon a bear.
Okay, so if you're basically just doing a straight line and back, you have Somkad to Famsis.
Great.
Cool. So going from Somkad to Phosis, Somkad, you see that the housing district has not been hit at all just yet. However, the limited housing that is there is basically swelling with the amount of people that have been forced in there for defensive bunkering in. As you go straight all the way across the city to Famsis, you kind of pass over a little bit of the center of the city infrastructure. You see fire. You see green fire churning and roiling throughout the city. When you get to the end in Famsis, you haven't actually seen combat yet, just debris and destruction. You get to Famsis, you see the entire farmland has been untouched. And you see sitting in a field with a bow the size of a man, 2 hands on the top of the bow and a chin resting and eyes staring daggers. You see Shulg, god of the hunt, staring down from the hunting fields, just overwatching the war and unable to do anything about it. And then you come back.
Yeah, I said I came back. I didn't make a stop. So Woodward kind of relays this to everyone, but in very much the manner of Look, the fight, it's been here for hours, days, I don't know. Districts are taken, the farmlands are untouched. I saw Alona, help me out. God, Hunt. Doesn't look great. It's got the bow.
Shog.
Great, that one. He was out in the farms. The others, housing district, too many people in it. Too many people. They're all fleeing. And Woodward just kind of goes on this details that may have been scattered, but tries to get all the information out from a 60-minute look at this siege.
God. Okay. This is where my years of expertise are at lacking, as in my no years of expertise in war are lacking. So is this a moment where it would be better for us to divide and conquer, like take a small group of orcs to each section of the city besides the farmlands, because the farmlands are clearly fine? Is this something where we would be better off dividing, or is it something where we should just quell everything as a one solid force, one at a time? I don't know what's better.
It's okay. If Alona wants the answer, give me a warfare lore check. And if you don't have that, give me a lore check.
I will
Are
give
you-
you a lore check, and can Alona poke Morel for assistance?
Of course, he'll give you a +1.
Are you posing the question to the group?
Nat 20.
Hey! It's like, doesn't even matter.
Done.
Why? This is my third nat 20 on a skill check.
So,
You better tell me exactly what to do to win this war, PJ.
okay.
We all got to have those skill checks the same as Rufa every once in a while.
Yeah. So Morel tells you 3 things. He says, number 1, in war, expect losses. You cannot save everyone. Sometimes you will lose ground. You will lose good people. You will lose the peace. Number 2, overwhelming numbers will always win. Every time. It is only how you deploy those overwhelming numbers that make them matter. If they are ambushed from both sides, clearly they're done. But if it's a one-on-one battle, you want strength in numbers. Number 3, when fighting siege of a smaller city, stay away from the port and stay away from guerrilla tactics. Stay to flat ground with no hiding points. Do not go to the market district. That is a kill box. If we put our men in the kill box, and if they have any brain in their heads, they will surround us. They will kill us.
Okay. And it looks like we're going in one district at a time, trying to pincer everybody that we can and staying away from the market district.
Hit and run tends to work. Bloody the enemy's nose and then fall back. The question is, Commander, he looks to you with kind of an awkward face. Where do we strike and where do we run to?
Alona looks around. Well, I was thinking about going to the place where there are the most civilians first, just to get them out of harm's way. What does everybody else think?
Saving civilians is good and all, but if you could take out our target as soon as possible, we could just end this whole thing at once.
I'm of the same mindset, however, they seem to be pretty spread out as they are. Or am I incorrect in thinking that?
What we could do, and this is just throwing it out there, Morale does have a point. There are going to be losses. We could do our own kind of guerrilla tactic and like hit them quick, get out fast, and just while one part of the team is doing the hitting, the other one just grabs people and go. And we'll kind of just be your cover.
Okay.
I think the best way to get through this is we just need to make an exit point. People will run if they have the chance to run. If we can hit a district hard enough and make a clean street or some way out, the civilians will take care of themselves. And if not, we'll be on the front line to push the war farther away from them. It may be further into the city, but I think it's the best chance we got. Make a corridor and let them out.
So we go in, we beat everybody back until there's room for the people to run. Then we tell them to go to the only place where there's nobody yet, the farmers district. We tell them to run for the fields.
Something doesn't seem right about the farming district, though.
I don't know. They got a chance to hide, or at least they know the country roads that roll through them.
PJ, real quick question.
Mhm.
Does a group of Pond Bear, is this surrounded by like a wall or anything like Alphon Prime, or is it just an open city?
Open city. They are built on a series of small islands around two rivers that kind of move together and fill out into the sea. There is no room to put a wall up.
Okay. Honestly, just have them run as far as they can.
So we have a few decisions to make. Where do we hit first? Do we want to go to the housing district where everybody is so we can get them out? Is that our priority, or is there anybody else? Does anyone else have any ideas of where we should go first?
Really quick. So our target is, what's our target? What's our main target?
I mean, honestly, it's just stopping the war. I think the housing district is probably the best. If we get to the housing district first, we can let everybody out, and it's the place that would be the least likely to recapture. You'd want to recapture the front gate or anything right beyond it, but the housing district, it just shares a wall with the outside of the city.
Right. And
If we do capture that gate, maybe we can open it to other forces that need to help us in as they come in.
That's a good idea. The other thing about attacking the housing district first is that once all the civilians are out of harm's way, then we don't have to hold back anymore. We don't have to worry about them.
It doesn't matter what kind of hurt is laid on that point. At least it could be rebuilt.
Exactly. Because we all know that you and Rufa really love to break down buildings.
Whoa.
And set things on fire.
I was standing near Roof at the time.
You help push that thing.
I will admit to the heist we had, but I will not admit to the building.
Really fast, Sam, what are you thinking right now?
Ichi just doesn't know much about these tactics, and I think she's just looking to the others to tell her where to start slashing.
All right, great. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and let's start with the housing district and get them out. And after we're done with the housing district, let's just keep going over district by district. Let's just keep hitting them one after the other. Tell them to get out and go to the farming district if they feel safe there, and just get the heck out of Dodge.
So say we all. Okay.
Sure.
Aye.
All right. So say we all. We're going to Somkod. You break through from the west, which does lead right into Somkod. As you go to Somkod, you see again buildings swelling with people hunkering and bunkering in. There is this city, as we said last time here, has no guard because they've really not had to worry about any law or theft that could not be handled by the general populace. There's no militia. You do see what was left of the clerics in the Temple of All Ways have now stationed themselves as the last line of defense amongst the people there. As the city burns with this bright green yellow fire, they just are praying with weapons drawn. You see this elf of Tsuku with her hair up in this awesome mohawk, and she's got 2 drumsticks out, and she's just striking the air. And as she's striking the air, you hear this kick-ass drum kit ripping off to life. You see the slightly heavier set elf with a gigantic greatsword with strings going down, and she's got a guitar pick, and she's just hitting these amazing sick face melting riffs off the edge of her greatsword. You're seeing that rather large gentleman who did the kick-ass Highland dancing with a shillelagh and shield, singing and dancing in tune with his master, the one who's just ripping the awesome riffs off the side of her greatsword, as they are praising the Fey gods to keep them safe. As they're doing that, you just have a spattering of other clerics just readying for war or healing if it's needed. The city, this part of the city, is untouched and terrified. What do you do?
All right, let's start directing people. Let's see if I can get another nat 20 on a diplomacy check. All right, let's just get people out of these houses and get them out of the city.
I'll aid you.
What?
I'll aid you if you're doing diplomacy.
Please, thank you. All right, so you have this little cleric, and then you have this big, tall, intimidating, majestic woman behind me, and she's clearly royalty, but no one's picked up on it yet because nobody knows. So amazing. I'm going to go ahead and roll for diplomacy to convince to convince these people to get the heck out of here, because there's green flames and they will die. Oh, hell to the yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah, man. It's 19. Plus my diplomacy, which is great. And then plus Kylie's aid, which is also going to be great.
Kylie, what was that roll to aid, buddy?
First one was a 3. Then I used a hero point. Then I used a hero point and rolled another 3.
No.
Okay, so instead of a tall and beautiful, majestic woman, there's another blue jay that goes by.
It sounds like that stupid bird again. And she's like, God damn, why is it following me now?
You're like, damn these East Coast Salia thrushes. How do I know this?
She's actually Snow White.
She is a princess.
If I put out my hand, will it come to me?
Give
I can
me.
totally see her be like,
Hold up. There's
like
a thing.
crushes up crackers.
Give me a nature check to animal handle this bird that keeps distracting you.
Just
I'm gonna
wait.
use
Oh
That,
God, is this how Shionibus gets an animal companion?
Stop!
no, this bird is Ravon.
She technically,
Yeah.
she technically has a griffin that she hasn't fed in a long time.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking that's what she should have done when I left last week. Was like just hung out with her griffin.
Yeah.
You said nature?
Nature check. Come on,
Yeah.
Ranger. What's that nature check?
27.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have more important things to do. There's a freaking borb.
The bird lands on your finger. Give me a religion check really fast. I'll be right back.
I feel like she's
It's
like,
Ravon. I called it.
"Ah!"
I called it. It's Ravon.
Damn it!
It's Ravon. It's the exact scene from Hercules. They look
No,
like fine little
where they're,
animals.
Like,
They're all okay.
bathing in like the bird bath.
Exactly.
Oh, gee, thank you, mister.
Mister.
Did you not hear? That was my reference earlier, where I was like, "Gee, Mister," when she like looked up at the orcs.
I'm with you
You're
now.
really strong.
You're really strong. What am I rolling? Religion?
Yes.
He
Oh my
knows I'm
God.
not good at these.
Reef Saiki just said, "Can we please have the Shrek princess scene where the immigrant song plays and the woodland creatures go nuts?"
Oh, I was thinking.
Oh yeah, different. In Shrek 2, when Snow White
You're on
calls
two-
all the birds.
We were on 2 very different levels of Shrek.
Yeah. In Shrek 1, Fiona sings to the bird and the bird explodes.
The only two people who think there are multiple levels to Shrek. Everyone.
So
There's two
wait,
types of people.
what episode number is this again?
58.
58.
Episode 58, Between an Orc and a Hard Place, and Shreknanigans.
Shreknanigans.
Good.
Damn. All right. There's 3 names now. All right.
Yeah.
Shreknanigans.
I really wish I had that other hero point before I gave PJ sass.
We've done nothing
Oh.
useful, PJ.
So
Just-
you might be surprised. So what was that religion check again?
It was a 16,
16. Okay.
which
Okay.
isn't bad for me, my religion.
Yeah. Okay.
Losing my religion.
Missing your religion. Okay. So you suddenly hear the bird talk? Hello. My name is Blue Feather. I am the messenger of Nadine.
Why? Why?
That was for the
What?
high level hype train.
the level 5 hype train got us really cool TikTok man bird.
Yes.
Oh my god! Yeah!
So imagining
He's
Adam
a bird
Sandberg,
man, Sidney.
Adam Sandberg and pop star.
Is his name Adam Sandbird?
Done. Settled.
Okay, hold on.
I gotta go. I
We've
gotta
created
go,
an
guys.
NPC.
Look at the time.
PG was
Uh,
excited about this episode.
So it
Was
Blue Feather.
excited.
Now it's
Keyword.
Adam Sandberg. So the bird on your finger, Chambus, continues. Chirp, chirp. How can we help you?
Immediately, like, what the actual hell? Looks at
No.
Woodward. Because the bird is talking to me.
Yeah, I got nothing. Oh, that if it ain't a parrot, it shouldn't do that. Well, there's some crows, but we're not in this area. It should not be talking.
There's a talking bird? Guys, did you eat some of Woodward's mushrooms?
Rufa, did you put some of Woodward's mushrooms in breakfast?
Did I put some of booze in breakfast?
There's another bird somewhere around here.
Have I just been tripping on Woodward's mushrooms? Hold on.
There was no pit.
No.
Oh no!
There were no horses.
There was. You all are.
There was no
stealing
adventure.
Azkaban. There was no adventure.
I never left home.
So the bird who's on your finger just flapping, and sure enough, as it looks you in the eyes, you can see like it's actually clocking you. It's not just like a random bird. It's looking directly at you, and it's just like, listen, I don't have all day, so could we please figure out what we're gonna do, or else it's bad.
Hello? It's nice to meet you. How bad are we talking? Like bad or just like bad?
The whole city is on fire. What do you think?
Could be worse. Okay. So like how do we stop it? Do you have any advice? I'm guessing that Nadine is a entity of some sort. I am not the person you should be talking to about religion.
You really cannot recognize the goddess of the forest and all of the animals within when she's trying to talk to you?
Ranger.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
Oh my Queen, why did you send me? You know what? We're just gonna. Okay. Okay. We want to help because that guy in the farmland, kind of a creep. And this guy who's burning everything, kind of a dick. So, do you want to help or not?
I mean, any help from a god would be good.
Oh my goodness. Queen, it's like pulling teeth. If I even knew what teeth was, it's like pulling them. Okay. So we're gonna take care of this to a degree. Where do you want the wrath of nature to go?
Woodward?
So I just want to make sure no one else made the religion check, right? Is that's what's making her understand them, or is it can we all hear what's happening?
You know what? At this time, because you've just seen Chiodibus talking to this bird on her finger with like purpose, everyone can make a religion check.
I'm not gonna because it's funnier that way.
I got a 25. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
That's the one for me. I don't
Hey,
get to talk to
yo.
the bird.
Oh, no, dog.
Oh.
Woodward with a 6 total just puts a hand on Shionibus's elbow, the highest he can reach. Says, "Look, I've been there. You just got it right now." Just immediately looks away.
I'm giving you a hero point. Sidney, you start kind of putting 2 and 2 together, and you're getting 4. This bird is straight up talking to Shionibus, and you're kind of understanding that this has to be a messenger of Nadir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Lona's gonna stride up to that bird and goes, "Hi." Looks at Shionibus and goes, "What are you? What?"
Bird started talking to me.
And Lona starts addressing the bird again. "Thank you so much, messenger of Nadir. It is so lovely to have you in our presence. We are very grateful to have you here. Could you please have the wrath of nature? Please attack any orcs in this general vicinity and make sure that they create a barrier from attacking any civilians as they try and get out of the city."
So the bird floats off the finger, looks at you right in the eye. You can even see like like dogs have eyebrows that they can move to give like expressions, and birds don't. Suddenly this bird has like human like expressions, and it's looking with focus, and you hear the voice, Alona. Just so I'm sure, you want us to attack where?
Can you attack? Where are the orcs, BJ?
You would have to ask Ian, but you can pretty much tell they're not in
They're not in the
Somkad, so they're not in Phomosis.
Okay. You know where they are? The Market District, where we can't go. We can't go to the Market District because it's a kill box. So Alona is going to ask this lovely messenger of Nadir. We are not comfortable. We do not feel safe going into the Market District as of yet. If you could please release the wrath of nature into the Market District. So hopefully by the time we get there, it won't be as bad. It will be very kind and very nice of you, and totally 10,000% appreciated.
The bird begins to flutter its wings and goes higher into the sky, and it begins to sing. As it does, the sky turns pitch black. Only in Ludir, the market district. As it does this, you hear a stampede. And the stampede gets louder and louder. And then you can hear all the voices of orcs just screaming in confusion and terror as deer, moose, birds, squirrels, foxes, literally wolves, everything in the forest just starts running through Ludir. And they're screaming it out one by one, like, it's a wolf, it's a pack of wolves. They're not supposed to attack. What? It's a fox. I didn't know foxes could jump like that. And they're different shouts of terror as most of Ludir is overrun by the full wrath of Nadir and nature itself.
Huh. Elona looks at Shionibus. You have any more bird friends like that?
Yo, I don't want that one anymore.
I want to say thank you for the high-level hype train that caused this insanity. And thank you for Shonibis for constantly seeing bluebirds everywhere.
Rufus gonna bend down and whisper to Woodward, those are some very, very strong mushrooms indeed.
Hey, look, so I've gone through Molly Moss a few times. I'm not saying I haven't picked up anything on my way. I don't know what I've dropped.
Are you sure
And he
those
just kind of leaves it.
Are you sure those aren't those mushrooms from Asmacon?
Honestly, I didn't see any. Oh,
Yeah.
did see a few there. You know what? I didn't have a run-in with them, but I may have had a few in my pack.
Anyway, so Ludir is overrun by animals. The entire forest has just basically shock and awed and attacked. What are you gonna do?
Well, I do still have that 28 diplomacy check.
Yes, thank you.
I was wondering if I could still use that to get the people out of the city, inform them that the army is coming and it's no longer safe for them to stay here, and create a safe way for them to get out of the city.
Yes. Now that the silly shenanigans of the Bluebird is done, tell me this speech as you rally everyone to Famsis to get out.
Citizens of Agrippa upon Aubert, we are the tip of the spear. We are leading the opposition to these forces that face you now. The city is clearly under siege, and this area of the city is no longer safe for you. We are going to create a very safe and very secure path for you to get out of the city and get to much safer lands out in Famsis. Please grab only necessities and make your way out of your home so we can escort you to safety.
The humans, the residents of this residential district begin to respond very accommodatingly. They get like bare essentials. There's like about 5, 10, 15 minutes of chaos as they're looking for like the bare essentials. But once that 15 minutes of chaos is over, they come out in an orderly line. All the clerics immediately kind of rally around them. And they start moving at your call to go to Famsis, straight through the city center to their side where Famsis is. The clerics say it's going to be rough because the center is the only place where there isn't fire, but there's still some fighting left. Some of the people who are not in the residential, they're not in Ludir, they're not in Famsis, there's still some fighting in the city center. But if they can move through that center point, they can get to Famsis no problem.
Okay, in that case, if there's fighting in the city center and that's where they have to go, then that's where we'll go, and that's where we're going to start fighting with our troops.
Okay. By troops, you mean the orcs that you have acquired?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the crash force with us currently?
Not currently. They're still at Bryax. They have not
Okay.
been summoned, and they're currently doing their own thing.
Cool. All right. So yes, with all the 1,000, how many orcs? that we have acquired through our forces, we are going to head to the city center so we can fend off the invading orc army from the civilians.
Okay. I want everyone to give me attack rolls.
Oh, attack rolls?
Using
Well, yeah.
what exactly? I have a few options.
Yeah.
Fair. I want you to give me strength as your basis for attacking.
Well, tits.
You don't-
26.
Is this a finesse weapon?
Yeah.
Orcs are not a finesse weapon.
Ouch.
Are we adding proficiency bonus?
Yeah, let's say it's trained.
15.
15.
30, 20.
Nice.
I got an 11.
Oh, buddy. Sidney, what you got for me?
Oh, I got a 15.
Carly, what you got for me?
26.
Hell yeah. Michael, what you got?
Dirty 20.
Okay. As you move across the center, you see two walls, easily 50 feet high, of green churning fire. Box you in to a lane. This lane is about 30 feet wide. In this lane, you see in the dead center a massive fountain, the center focal point of Great Planabear, where the natural waters tend to spread out, hit down into the fountain, and move back into the greater cycle of this beautiful city put upon two rivers. You see clerics, you see town derelicts, you see farmers, you see common folk fighting orcs. The orcs are like 3.5 times a person in strength, speed, severity, and they're easily overcoming these people. I need the story from all of you about what your army and you do as you safely cross through, but enter a fight between two sheets of green flame 50 feet high. We're going to go through one at a time as the fighting breaks through, starting with Michael. You see a bunch of orcs overpower one guy, stomp him to the stone, and move through to you. How does your army overwhelm this unit?
Rufa is going to direct his unit to basically first, of course, overwhelm that orc, and then have them stationed at let's say at 20 feet apart, stationary. Have them switch to ranged weapons to target anything that basically they're creating their own little kill box there.
Yeah, as they do the hit and run tactics with their ranged weapons, they are able to wear them down piece by piece. There's definitely kind of a bittersweet victory as the orcs look at these other orcs attacking them, tear them apart, and then just kind of nod and just kind of give them the no hard feelings and move over their bodies. Next up, Ian, what do you do?
Woodward sees the advancing army and tries to use his largest casting spell. He's on the back of Mush at this point just to keep up with the orcs running. And from the back of Mush ends up casting sudden blight, 20-foot radius in front of him. He is just the same thing that he tried to do with the Clash and the orcs fighting each other, is trying to make a break point. Anything that we can get that much further into. 20-foot burst of sudden blight, and then uses his last action to let Mush do what Mush does, which is take out anything in front of him.
The orcs they start with their hands raised to the weapon, and you can see them start to kind of raise it, looking confused as they start this uncontrollable coughing fit. They drop to one knee, clutching their stomach and their chest, wheezing heavily as mush just tears through them like a weed whacker through dandelions. You're able to move through their unit. Next up, Sidney. You kind of find this horseshoe of orcs, just covered in the fire, blood, and debris of war, looking at you. They are unchallenged, as anyone who stood up to them is now gone. What do you do?
Ilona is going to use, if this is possible, and you can totally tell me no. Ilona would like to use calm emotions, because she would like to use a non-violent response to them. She would like to say, why? Have you ever asked yourself why?
They drop their weapons in confusion, their brow heavy and sharpened, as they then drop to a knee and then drop to a second knee, and then just kind of stare at the ground in deep mental contemplation, just going, we don't know. Just fight. And you've now basically put them in a giant philosophical quandary. They don't raise a single blow as they are having a basically an identity crisis.
Oops. It's the scene from nope, not gonna say that.
Is that a psychic attack at some point? Like,
I want it to be helpful. I imagine it like the scene from Good Will Hunting where Robin Williams keeps saying it's not your fault.
See, it's
okay.
just disappointed mom. Where it's like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
For sure, two orcs start crying, like, come on, man. Don't you say that. Man, don't you say that.
It's not look, can group hug? Can we group hug? Please.
20 of the orcs you've affected just start having a group hug sesh on your entire unit, as the orcs you've recruited, the orcs that are with you are crying. They're like, I don't know why we have to fight. I just want to knit. You know, you have like this whole moment. But you move on unaccosted as you have changed the lives of 20 orcs. You know, I'll even add 20 orcs to your military retinue as 20 orcs defect to your side. Because why fight when knitting? Sam, what are you doing? As you break through, you can see there's a group of farmers and clerics making one triumphant stand against the enemy. What do you do?
So these orcs aren't crying, right?
The orcs you're fighting are not crying at all.
Okay, just checking. I was gonna feel kind of bad. Ichi starts raging, and the spirit energy just surrounds her and fills her eyes, and she yells a war cry to her party, and they rush the lines, making a break between the clerics and the invading force to push them back.
Yeah, with ease. You push them back. You take a few fatalities, but you're mostly able to push the orc army off the farmers and the clerics to the point where they kind of look at the other orcs and go, we're gonna go over there. These guys are gonna beat the crap out of us, and they move away. You basically create a giant opening to Fompsis. Last but not least, Shionibus. You have a few orcs that seem to, again, cover the debris and blood of war. They're looking around, they don't have a target, and they look at you. And one of them goes, isn't this the demigod? Pretty sure that's the daughter of Gorm. All right. Mark my name. Call me demigod killer. What do you do?
Laugh.
Ooh.
Do I have a group of archers with me?
You have a group of civilians and orcs, but you are an archer.
And I have no one else with a bow?
No.
throws my original plan out the window. Okay. These are the moments I wish I was a bard. It's fine. I'm gonna use my. You're done with this, PJ. I'm going to turn to the group that I have with me, like arms outstretched, and be like, "Looks like we have a fight on our hands," and kind of like rally. I don't know what this is. This is the time I was bored. And then I was like, bardic inspiration for everyone. But it's fine.
So you guys have that kind of Avengers moment with the cameras right here, and it's your team all lined up horizontally looking badass, and their team lined up horizontally looking dead ass. And you run in and you crash. Arrows are flying, weapons are swinging, morale is high because they're with the daughter of Gorm, the absolute unit that is the daughter of Gorm, and you crush them, all of them. You just destroy that entire unit. And the orcs were like, the orcs that survive on your team kind of go, yeah, daughter of Gorm. And they are calling you the daughter of Gorm as you basically victory walk your way out of this battle.
Oh, you can
Dust off the shoulders.
The DC to beat was pretty high. It was 100. And you collectively beat it. You have walked your way through an entire war into Famsis, and you led your entire civilian army there to safety. As they get there to safety, all the other farmers in Famsis just start saying, like, yeah, go to the stables, go to the wheat fields and hide. And they immediately start giving shelter. Only you five can see Shulg with his hands on the tip of his long bow, staring daggers at the city. Not at you all, staring daggers at the city, just shaking his head in frustration. His gaunt, heavy, dark eyes and his long beard just making his face very dark in the afternoon sun.
Can I look at my ring and then up to him and then back at my ring? Like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You do the whole thing, huh, and then as you look back to your ring, the ring blinks at you.
Why?
Oh.
Why? They do this every year.
Is there any way for the rest of us to get to Shulg in the middle of the, like, can we get to him to talk to him, or is this a moment where he is like there and then blinks away?
He seems to have not moved for possibly hours. You can probably walk up to him, no problem.
I'll follow you, Ian.
Woodward takes Mush and approaches the god.
No.
As you get close to Shulg, you start hearing a voice. And I don't know. I'm just saying, look, if I gotta eat orc, that's fine. But I don't want to eat orc. I want to have berries. I want to have honeycomb. Honeycomb is delicious. I don't want to eat no orc. I can hear myself talk. Oh my God, so cool.
Woodwork looks to whatever is it the same? It's not the same bluebird, right?
The voice is coming from Mush.
Right.
And as Shulg looks at you, you see a hand cover his shoulder, and he kind of bristles at the hand as Nadir, queen of the forest, goddess of nature, stands beside him. And he's kind of, and Mush is like, oh, okay. Oh, they don't like each other. Oh, no.
Woodwork tries to like soothe the conversation. Shale, look, I know the hunt didn't go the way you planned today, but all in all, there is no plan to the hunt. It is what it is. It gets away, or it makes it. Today, we may be the stag who got past another tree, one past your arrow. I don't know who you support in all this, but you can't determine how the hunt comes out.
This is not my day. This is Koga's day. And I'm forced to watch for the last holy field that I can call home. As Koga has his day.
What are you looking for here? You say this is your last home. Where have you been removed from?
The wilds are not supposed to be the home of any one person. They are the wilds of anyone who can make it home. And he kind of glares at Nadir. It is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be fair. This is not the hunt. This is war. This is Koga's day. The only land that's been blessed in my name are these hunting grounds, and I'm forced to watch while the Lord of Steel and Blood does nothing.
I honor your grounds. I do. I understand that's how this world works. But hunt feeds people. A hunt is what drives us forward. It gives people what they need to keep moving. It is Koga. This is the end. This is the end of what lives have been given to each and every one of these folks. Your hunt will live on after this war. But I can't promise you that you'll see anything other than Koga's battlefield from here on out.
It is the start of the written verse of the end of the chapter. Do you promise to hunt your enemies as you would your prey? Do you promise to see that even if you fail today, you will take your prize another day?
I promise that at the end of this, my hunt will be closed when the orcs have stopped fighting. I will not kill every orc that stands in front of me. I won't raise a sickle or a spell against any orc that chooses to be on my side, but I promise you this. At the end of the day, I will finish my hunt by claiming the land that it belongs to all the people it has been ripped from and letting them have their stay.
He takes his hand off his bow for what feels like the first time in probably a day. He makes this very defeated gesture as he waves his fingers across the air of a still field. And he says, may eyes be eagles, may teeth be wolves, may claws be lions, may hide be bear. You will hunt, you will kill by weapon or snare. Your prey is yours and yours alone. Be victorious. That's all you can do. Everyone in the party gets advantage. And as he blesses you, he puts a hand on Nadir's shoulder for what can only be the first time in a millennia. And you hear a whisper as he exhaustedly says, "They have no idea what's going to happen after." And then he just walks into the forest and vanishes like a mist. Nadir hears these words and looks horrendously sad. Her hands clutch her stomach as she says, "May your food and your love and your peace be bountiful, and may your tomorrows be evergreen. As much as I try to make nature come into a peaceful balance, some things never are. Do not judge the fire for burning the forest, I guess is all I can say." And as she waves her hand into the air, you all get a fast healing 5. And then she also vanishes, looking very sad, into the mist of the forest that Shulk, her frenemy, just walked into. At this point in time, one of the orcs come pulling an orc that they have beaten but not killed from the middle of the fight. And they say, "Spear tip. Just the tip, spear, people. Listen, we have a report from this orc. This brother. What was it?" And the orc just says, "Fine, I'll just repeat it. I said, of course you weren't going to take the farmland. We're going to need that for the occupation. Korikos is by the marina himself, just standing there waiting for us to take the whole place by storm. Once we took over the market district, we were just going to lay low in the farm district and eat food until we could join the war effort when Zaka stormed in from the north. That's what I said."
Out of character, anybody else really worried about the fact that we got these sweet ass bonuses now?
I mean, of course.
It
Anything
definitely feels like a
always.
save point in a video
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
It does. In the video game that is Edge of Legend. Okay, great. So Korkos is at the really glad we didn't go to the marina, like Morel told us not to. Thanks, Morel. PJ.
Boss.
Okay. Well, now we know where he is.
Hear me out. So I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Hear me out though. We could have him come to us now.
No, we just brought a bunch of people to this area. We can't bring Korikos to this area because then we put all the people that we got out of the bad area in more danger.
We could just have them like continue going up to Bryax.
That seems like a bit of a stretch. That's like half a day's journey.
Yes, but I'm worried that this battle is going to like overflow into more area.
It will. If
So
we don't
then the
stop
civilians
it.
are still no. Even if we are trying to stop it, I'm worried these civilians are still going to get demolished because there's too much.
I think
And all that overflow.
if we keep going and we keep at it, I believe that we can squash this quickly enough that it won't be an issue. I don't feel like they have to go all the way to Bryax. I mean, we can tell them that if they see people coming to go further, we can tell them that. But also, I feel like if Korikos was planning on not destroying this place in general and doesn't necessarily know that we have people stashed here, if we can quell whatever is happening in the city, and now we know exactly where he is, and we already have, a big chunk of the area under our control, we can just keep at it and keep going so we can continue this battle.
If you say so.
Right. Now, 2 of the 5 districts has been made secure. the housing district by proxy of taking everyone out to Fomsis, which is now secure by having an overwhelming number of people in Fomsis. You still have Lodir, which now is, you can assume by the wrath of nature, completely cleared of all orcs, as every single animal in Nadir's kingdom has basically fought to the death or killed every orc in Ludir. Obus, the Church of All Ways, and one other place has not been touched. The other district, the last district, Wisau, the port, the marina. That's it. Your only two districts left are Wisau, the marina, where Korikos is standing, or Obus, where the Church of All Ways stands with no clerics.
Roof looks to his allies and I guess now friends at this point.
Just now, Rufa, just now.
I mean, it depends on what Shionibus says. Hold on.
He asked, well, friends, Rufa does not know about you all, but there is a sense of slight finality in the tonight. So to help boost our odds, Rufa did purchase a little something back at the Fun Prime that perhaps could help us. And PJ, Rufus gonna take a knee and take a 10. Everybody, he's affixing talismans to everybody now. Everybody's getting more gifts.
More gifts.
Yeah. So everybody, on your weapons, you're getting a talisman called Owlbear Claw.
And why don't you please tell us what that does?
Okay. Well, Owlbear Claw is basically when you crit your attack, you can apply your weapon specialization on that attack. Usually, you have to have a feat or ability to do that. This one automatically one time, one attack, if it crits. And also, he's gonna, for whoever hasn't put on put a snap leaf, who used up their snap leaf talisman, he's going to replace that, and he's actually going to replace his oily button talisman for a different talisman. Considering the situation, it's called a mesmerizing opal.
All right. Yeah. So the question is, where do you go? Opus to the Church of All Ways that's empty and probably not a lot of activity at this point. Are you going to go to Wisau and go to where Korikos is?
This looks like a long time coming. It's a fight none of us wanted, but we knew to one extent or another was inevitable. I don't see a point in prolonging it. I say we head straight there. End of the day, our fates will be decided in this fight. We may go on. We may come to an end, but at the end of it all, the story will be told. So we move straight there. We take him head on. We already saw his castle. We already saw his whatever the hell is making it fly. And we take it straight on, not blinking once. What do you say?
Yeah.
Do it.
So once more into the fray.
I mean, I've lived 2,000 plus years. I think that was a pretty good life.
You don't have to look at it as a final. It's just another battle under your belt, Shionibus.
It is, and I'm glad to have some pretty badass people next to me.
as you make your way through the city of Agrippa upon a Bear, back to the lane, the two green curtains of fire, 50-foot walls of green acid fire stood. Suddenly, one spreads, like a curtain opening a theater stage. Standing with one hand stroking this abominational beast that he flies so proudly, and standing embedded into the floor is a great sword that Shionibus remembers all too intimately. You see an orc standing 7 feet tall, with a razor sharp widow's peak and black wild hair spiking off as it goes down beyond his shoulders, a long black beard spiking out to the sides, black matte armor with black thick lion's fur coming up from the collar and poking out in between the plates of his mail. This orc is just petting the face of this horse, turns to you with one small scar under his eye. And he looks to you with a sick, curled lip.
You heroes. I suppose you think this is where you have me.
Woodward looks on into the figure standing before him and says, "No, we don't have you. You have to deal with us."
A terrifying smile starts to spread across Korokos's face. Teeth like daggers in a shark's mouth, as his almost milky white eyes with a tiny little chip of a scar shine to you. And he says,
Glad Woodward. Pick up my sword. I am unarmed. You pick it up. Strike me down. Kill me. There is no more.
I've got some of that, PJ.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll translate.
Some of it is lost.
I don't blame you. The voice mod is very heavy. He basically says, go ahead, pick up my sword, kill me, and there is no more war. Pick up my sword. And that's the massive blade that's embedded in the ground.
Nose goes.
Woodward looks on after standing up once against this entity. I don't know why you think we need your sword after we've gotten this far. We've got plenty on our belts that'll deal just the same.
I am challenging you. I am begging you. I am asking the trusted friend of my friend to kill me. Can you pick up my sword?
Okay. So Woodward has one more wild shape in him. When this has been said, Woodward picks up or attempts to pick up this blade in his ape form, which is the best he can do.
Cool.
It's all he's got.
So yeah,
As steps forward, his arms grow and his shoulders bulge, and these knuckles end up slamming into the ground like hooves of a warhorse as he turns into the gorilla, grabbing this blade to hopefully rip out of the ground and take the first swing at Korikos.
give me a willpower save with the gorilla's stats.
No.
Oh no! So willpower is one of the things that doesn't change when I take the alternate form. So as a total, I am sitting at a 26.
Okay. Your hands curl around the blade's handle. As it does, you begin to see fire everywhere. Everything is plunged into darkness, and the only light is the burning of nations. And you hear Korokos's voice just echoing in your head, talking about the futility of it all. The corruption, hypocrisy, absolute insult to nature, to human freedom, to animal kindness. And it shows you a world where civilization has created nothing but fire. Forests burn. Animals scream as their homes are lit on flame. Fishes boil in the sea. Blood coagulates as it leaves the open wounds. The moon is hidden in smoke. As nations get taller and taller and taller, buildings begin to black out the sky. And all is darkness and fire and smoke. And there in your mind is a figure wearing green armor and a green helmet with a crown coming out of it and a long cape. Regal, noble. And he says in a voice that you feel more than you hear. And it says, why would you bend the knee to this absolute apocalypse of hubris when you could rise up with the blade of the war king and strike at the world and bring it back to neutral peace, where animals need not fear the hunter, hunter need not fear hunger, and no one need to fear the cold. Everything is nothing, and all is right. And in that moment, as you look into this crowned helmet, you see there is no eyes, no face, but an empty vessel, an empty promise. And you remember Mush, remember Alona, remember Shionibus, Morel, Hera, Antigone. You remember Tobias, who reeks of badger piss. You remember Rufa. You remember Ichi becoming crowned champion with her family. and then giving that title back. You remember the brother of dogs who know no home, but everywhere is a bed, everywhere is home. They have no house, but everywhere is home. You remember Joey playing the Dreammaker 5 and yelling at some kid he doesn't know in another continent because they kicked his butt in Call of Duty Shoot a Man. You remember Lofen Sempris and how absolutely imperfect he is. You remember Bowen Rionek and how absolutely imperfect she is, but how powerful of a leader she is. Remember Larian Voss, how angry he is, and how all he wants is for everyone else to be happy. You remember the best and worst of everything. And in that moment, absolute anything feels wrong. And as you come out of this vision, you wake up, the sword is in your hands, free of the stone and dirt. And Korokos looks at you with a smile. And that is we're going to end this episode of Edge of Legend.
I'm literally going to
Sidney's
rewatch
face.
to write notes for the last half of that.
I know.
I'm on edge.
So when we come back next week,
No.
next week?
Next week, September, PJ.
Oh, crap. You're right. We should probably talk about that, shouldn't we?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't even mean for this cliffhanger. But I like that it happened. Okay, so let's say goodbye. When we come back, we'll tell you about that. So let's start off with Mr. Michael Powell. Mr. Michael Powell, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Whew, what a cliffhanger. Whew. Well, anyway, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell. You can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. Or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Kapow Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel called Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Toyzilla Network here on Twitch, I'm part of a show called Toyzilla Live, where we talk about the latest and greatest in toy news, and we fall into usually a nostalgia pit. So yeah, a lot of fun. Hope to see you there.
Good. Oh, and y'all, I'm so sorry for when I have to make my announcement. But next up is Ian. Same too. Who are you? Internet. What? Tell us.
Okay, well, my name is Ian. On the internet, I am the Bearded Scald. You can find me on Twitter and our Discord. Besides that, I'm here with Edge of Legend, and besides that, I am the co-owner of Witch and Heathen, a small candle business run between me and my fiance. Come check us out. All of that considered, I also have my art wall behind me. This is a dice portrait of the very dice I played this game tonight with, by Marcy Mahoney. You can follow her on Instagram at MARCY_MAHONEY. Check her out. Send in a photo of your dice. Get a print or original back. This is all done at the end of the day with color pencil. So
That's my color pencil? Holy crap,
yeah,
that's
an
outstanding.
astounding piece of art,
Right.
really. So honestly, this has been giving me good luck on all my attack rolls so far, so I'm going to count that as a blessing. Check her out on Instagram, and we'll see you all for September's episode.
I will do all the announcements about that in a bit. And I feel so terrible. Next up, Sidney. Tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That is TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you enjoy YouTube and watching people read to you, I do have a YouTube channel where I read classic fairy tales, myths, lore, legends to you, and then we discuss the morals that we're supposed to take away from it. Right now I'm reading through an amazing book of fairies and folk tales from Ireland. So if you like being read to and you find that interesting, go ahead and follow me on my YouTube channel. We upload every Tuesday.
Heck yeah. Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and you can find me all over the internet at Hey Sam Sterling. And let's see, what am I doing? Stuff next week on this channel. Wonder what it is? PJ's gonna tell you.
Yeah. Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet internet.
I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much all over the internet, unless it's on Twitter, because then there's no S in Kai's. It's just Kai, Wonderful Life. I had to think about that for a second. I'm on heat exhaustion right now. You gotta give me a break.
Oof. Yeah, all the break. Oh my God.
On Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I play a homebrew D&D campaign called Wayward Path. I really had to think of that for a second. We are right here on Twitch at Asgard's D&D Adventures. It's a ton of fun, and we might be resurrecting my character's lost love, which seems to be a trend with me.
What better
we won't
love
talk
than...
about it.
No.
We won't talk about it. Other than that, I will have a podcast coming up fairly soon. I'm working out some minor details, but hopefully they'll be up and running soon. But check out all my other social medias like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Discord in the meantime.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that podcast. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, come friend me. Let's have fun. And when I'm out here with these absolute legends on Wednesday, you can find me, Mr. Michael Powell, here on Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30. We just did an unboxing of the Starfinder Humble Bundle that was extended. I think yesterday was its last day. If you didn't watch it and tune in and buy one, I'm so sorry. It's really cool stuff. Also, this Friday, I'll be stepping into the by night world as I do Vampire the Masquerade as a Ventru, who is essentially evil Walt Disney. So come watch me play an evil Walt Disney Ventru. I'm excited. I can't wait. This Friday at the Bard's Playhouse. That's twitch.tv/the Bard's Playhouse, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some vampire goodness. This is a wonderful announcement, and I'm laughing on the inside because as Woodward is grabbing the sword as a gorilla and bringing the blade down upon Korikos' neck, y'all gonna have to wait 2 months to see if this blade kills Korikos, because starting next week, we are doing a month-long charity game for the St. Jude's Children Cancer Charity. Every time you come watch, support, tune in, St. Jude's is going to get a little bit of benefit to the charity to help kids' cancer. No more cancer for kids. This is also for a greater thing. And if we all pool in and we hit our goal, there might be a special video that was made 3 years ago for all of you awesome people to watch. This event in September will be set in the world of Galarion, while everyone here is going to be a firebrand pirate on a heist. And we'll see how this heist goes. It's going to be 4 awesome episodes of a heist, adventure, awesome stuff. And then, of course, right after that is October, which is our Halloween month. Last year, we had the Nightmare of Daltonshire. You guys came out. It was awesome fun. This one's going to be a little interesting, a little different. This year is going to be the Crimson Carnival of Enchelator. And if you can survive the first 3 weeks, 3 weeks of October's Crimson Carnival, you might be treated to What We Do in the Shadows Adolphon Prime Edition. That's right, the final week of October. We're going to watch 5 dumbass vampires try to survive the night as an Inquisitor of the Platinum Hammer is after them. But also, they have to pay bills and make sure their water is running? What? We'll see what happens. Who knows? I haven't written it yet. I don't know yet. So that means while we're enjoying a wonderful charity of awesome, badass gay pirates saving the world and having a heist and demons and vampires, we're going to see if Korikos is slayed by the blade of Woodward in November, and I feel terrible for making you wait. But that being said, I cannot wait to see you all in November. I cannot wait to see you in September. October for now and forever. And I will see you here, same nat time, same nat channel for Edge of Legend. And we are going to be rating once this counter wears off.
Can I
So
just
thank you so
say-
much.
Can I just say, bat?
Bat. You guys ride bats. I forgot you guys ride bats.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I need a bat when you have a griffin.
True.
But true though. Okay, we're going to be rating in 3,